Customer driven, mile after mile.
Well, the AdAstroRadio.com weather forecast partly cloudy this evening. Can't rule out a stray rain shower overnight tonight. Light south winds, a low 55 for the weekend. For partly sunny skies, breezy winds through the afternoon, a high 77. Another possible rain shower tomorrow night, then mostly sunny, going to be breezy 73 Sunday. The middle 60s on Monday.
Broadcasting from the Ad Astra Radio Studios. Your station for the greatest hits of all time.
Hello, check.
Hutchinson, 95.9 HKFM.
The following is a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network. Stay tuned for exclusive coverage of Bueller Crusader football. Crusader football is streaming online at adastraradio.com and on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra Radio app. Coming up, the Midway Motors drive to the game as Aaron West and Chris Shank break down tonight's matchup. You're listening to Bueller Crusader football on HKFM.
Alan Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hutch.
All right, this is the part of the show where we call
of course we are proud to support
MSU.
our community any way we can.
MSU.
Good luck to
Make
all of our
stuff
athletes
up.
this season. We hope you have a fun and memorable and most of all, healthy season. Be safe. Alan Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of Lorraine and 30th in Hutch or online 24/7
Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
at AlanSamuelsHutch.com. Come by. Let's be friends.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Crusader Stadium here in Bueller on a fantastic Friday night, week number 8 for high school football. We're on the air as the Bueller Crusaders look to clinch a league title tonight against the Circle Thunderbirds here on senior night. Aaron West alongside Chris Shank will also be joined by Tyler Adams and Cliff Shank down along the sideline on the broadcast tonight. Welcome into our Midway Motors drive to the game as the Crusaders and the T-Birds do battle here in Week 8. Streaming online tonight at AdAstroRadio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app, powered by Next Tech Wireless, because you're mobile and need to stay connected. Bueller coming in 4-0 in the league, 6-1 overall, and ranked number 4 in 4A. The Circle T-Birds just a game back at 3-1 in Division III. They come in tied for second with McPherson, and a big season for the T-Birds, first winning season in a very long time at 5-2. Last week, Wellington was our venue as Bueller went on the road and beat the Wellington Crusaders 35-3. Sam Elliott with 29 carries, close to 200 yards and a touchdown. A big night for senior Tanner Tustin on offense, 2 catches for 39 yards and a score. He also had a defensive interception returned for a touchdown of the game, and defensively, Bueller was fantastic, just giving up the late field goal led by senior Bovan Bruggins. 10 tackles, his 3 stacks now ties him for first all-time in school history with 19. He needs 1 to break that record, and he also had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. And boy, Christopher, it was about his dominant performance. Really, 2 weeks ago, you go back to Mac the second half, and then against Wellington, about as dominant as this team's been all year.
Yeah, the great thing about coming off that great performance against McPherson, sometimes the team will have a letdown where you have so much emotion, you pour so much energy into kind of that red letter game that McPherson is for the Buhler community. But I've really been impressed where they have kept their edge, they've kept their intensity, and bouncing back last week, with a big win at Wellington, which is a difficult place to win. They are definitely hitting their stride going into the playoffs, which is exactly what you want to be.
I mentioned how well the defense is playing. Secondary will have a test tonight against a spread offense and circle, but that front group, Gavin Patton, has really kind of stepped into his own in that two-tech position he'd never played before, and is really excelling there. And then, of course, Bo Van Bruggen now with 19 career sacks, tied for first with Taylor Morris and Henry Hickert. Getting pressure on the quarterback, we saw that be effective the last 2 weeks. I think against a quarterback who very much likes to keep plays alive with his legs tonight, getting to him be a key.
Yeah, that's where the Crusaders' great play last week against a good mobile quarterback in Rogers from Wellington. That's going to prepare him well for tonight, because Luke McGinnis is really the engine that makes this circle offense go. They're a spread team like Wellington, and they want the quarterback to get to the edge and get to the open and make plays in space. And so last week Buhler did a great job of corralling him. You think about this, Aaron, you really got to see Rogers' speed when he got to open spots last week. When he was against the JV, he broke some big runs. Against the Varsity last week, he didn't have any sort of big plays.
Buhler has proven itself this year to be a playmaker on defense, now +9 in the takeaway category with 16 turnovers, 2 more defensive touchdowns last week. They have seemed to excel at that this year.
Yeah, anytime your defense can score some, that's a great asset. And this year, it's been old reliable where, they've not only had games where the defense has scored 1 touchdown, but games like last week where they've scored 2 touchdowns. And, man, that puts so much pressure on an opponent's offense when your defense can score points, because not only do you have to keep up with Buhler's potent offensive attack, but you got to deal with the defense being able to score as well.
We mentioned the 198 yards for Sam Elliott. He needs 2 carries tonight to take over the career record for most rushing attempts in school history. He'll pass Riley Allen tonight, and then, of course, in that top 4 in career rushing. And, well, he's had a fantastic season. If he can keep his offensive line, which even though it's been kind of mixed and matched all year, they've played really well. But I think if that group of 5 can play together for more than a game or 2 in a row, the postseason could be really fantastic for Sam.
Yeah, having that continuity up front, has kind of been elusive this year for Buhler on the O-line. And it really is a testament to not only the offensive line, but also to Sam Elliott himself, in the fact that every team that is getting ready to play Buhler, they are going to do everything in their power to try to take away Sam Elliott. So the fact that he's having this great year as a senior for the Crusaders really is a testament to just his skill set, his strength, his tenacity, and it's a compliment, too, to the guys up front blocking, because they have really, for the most part, with the exception of the Andover Central game, we've been able to move the ball at will on the opponents on the ground.
Yeah, not the best night for Brad Neal, 4 of 10, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have the 1 INT. And just something that I hadn't thought about after the game and talking with Coach is that, all year long we play on these flat turf surfaces. We go to Wellington where there's, a big berm in the middle, and a lot of times you're playing downhill or throwing downhill, and he said that really kind of affected Brad in the game.
Yeah, the fact that most fields nowadays don't have crowns, he talked about it, the fact that there's almost a 10-foot drop from the high part of the crown at Wellington to the lower parts along the sidelines. That's a huge drop, and the passing game at the high school level, just like the college and the pro level, it's all about precision and putting the ball where you think the receiver is going to be, and having a 10-foot difference. that's a big thing to adjust to when you're not used to dealing with it week in and week out.
Brings a whole new meaning to running downhill.
Yeah, and that may be probably will be, well, if they win tonight, it will definitely be the only grass field they see this year. So very interesting there. And just one other thought, it's been different guys at different times this year stepping up. We've talked about a host of them. Last week it was Tanner Tushton, moved in last year, his first year in the program, and he's really earned his spot now starting at fullback. And really playing that Mike linebacker position very well, and he had a fantastic night last week. So.
Yeah, he had those couple touchdown receptions. Also, he's been leading the team in tackles kind of week in and week out. And after one of the games this year, Coach Warner just said he's just a football player, and that's a great way to describe him. And Bueller's kind of had a tradition of good middle linebackers that play sideline to sideline, and Tanner Tushton has been no exception.
Well, it'll be a fun night tonight. Important game with the Circle Thunderbirds. Bueller has never lost to this Circle team in 6 games. They are 6-0, 2-0 last year, including a November win here in Bueller, 47-0 in the playoffs. The series only dates back to 2016, but Bueller, again, with domination, averaging almost 50 points a game in the series. They've scored 60 or more twice. And a Circle has been held to 6 points or fewer 5 times, including 3 shutouts. Much more to come on our Midway Motors drive to the game. We're live tonight from Crusader Stadium here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
You're listening to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Visit Midway Motors on 30th Street in Hutchinson or online at midwaymotors.com. Coming up this day in Crusader history as the Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues on HKFM.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit midwaymotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Don't be left out in the cold shivering when you can have a heater in your coat. That's right. You can install the Anceris Torch 2 universal coat heater into whatever coat you want to wear and stay warm with up to 4 hours of heat between charges. Turn the heat on and off or adjust the heat with the press of a button. What a great gift idea for just $79.95. Shopping Sunflower Electric Supply keeps more money circulating locally. So come see us today, Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal.
Hey sports fans, all great teams include a great defensive strategy. That's what insurance is all about. Strategy to defend you, your family, and your possessions. This is Jordan Fee. I'm proud to help our clients plan their strategy of protection through the broad range of services we offer at Fee Insurance Group. Call to find out how we can protect your health, life, property, business, and even your retirement savings. Since 1883, we've been here to stand between you and risk.
Visit feeinsurancegroup.com, your local trusted choice agent.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
And welcome back here at Crusader Stadium. Our seniors getting recognized tonight, including the crew from our Crusader Sports Network, and we appreciate all the work that they do throughout the season to enhance our broadcasts and bring you live video coverage, and pretty cool to be able to honor them among the seniors tonight. Our This Day in Crusader history will take you back to October the 22nd of 1964. None of our CSN guys existed then. It was a game here at home against the Haven Wildcats. Back
Did
in the
you
old.
exist then?
I did not, actually.
I was going to say.
Back in the old MKL days, the game ended in a 14-14 tie. Ron Schmidt in that game connected on a 74-yard touchdown pass to Gary Schmidt. That was one of 2 ties that season for the Crusaders that finished 4-3-2 under head coach Vern Hendrickson. Who, by the way, is second to Coach Steve Warner all-time in career wins here at Bueller with 77. So 1964, October the 22nd. Well, fellas, the Circle Thunderbirds tonight, a very much different Circle team than we've talked about in the past. 1-6 last year. They were in some close games last year, really coming on their senior season. This is their first season with more than 2 wins in 11 years. You have to go back to 2010 when they were 5-5. But this is a senior group that has had success as they've gone along.
Yeah, We talked about it off the air before the game, and some of the seniors talked about it, Aaron, on the coaches' show, that their lone loss in junior high in 8th grade was to the Circle T-Birds. They lost the league title to them over there at Towanda. And so that's a little bit, Michael Jordan always tried to find edge against anybody he was playing against. I think that's a little bit of the edge that the guys are looking for tonight, beyond the fact that obviously with a win tonight, we get the number 1 seed in the West. And Tyler, you were nodding your head. You were there in Towanda that night. I know I was there watching the 7th grade game. And what do you remember about that game back in the day?
Yeah, first off, I was injured, so I couldn't be able to play that game. But it hurt. It definitely hurt a lot just because we had been undefeated all through middle school, and then to lose that game before our season closer just hurt because we would have been like the we would have been the 3rd team ever in Prairie Hills history to go undefeated all throughout middle school. And it's been a bond. We've all played together since 3rd grade, going undefeated a couple times, been very successful. So I know that it means a lot to be able to beat these guys, even though the last couple of years they haven't been good, but especially this year it'll mean a lot.
Yeah, it could mean a league title, obviously. Boy, you look at the difference.
Well,
No, I was just going to say that the success between the two, Buter, if you saw the stat this week, since 2004, they've won more games in 4A than any other high school in the state of Kansas.
Wow.
Circle, on the other hand, in their history has only been to the playoffs. They've only had 2 playoff wins in their entire history.
Well, the thing I wanted to talk about historically, this is probably the best Circle team in 20-some-odd years back when Jordan Phillips was playing. And I know, Dad, you had the opportunity to get to see Phillips play in high school, and I know you always tell that story in the basketball game.
Yeah, he's a freshman, weighed 270 pounds, and he could dunk. And you knew that kid was an unbelievable athlete. And, of course, he went on to play at OU and play in the pros. So sometimes you can tell these kids are tremendous athletes even at an early age. I think another edge for the kids tonight is it is senior night. And as the parents and the football players were walking by, there were some tears in the eyes of the parents and some of the players. It's emotional. Now, hopefully we're going to have lots of more home games here this season, because if we win tonight, we get the home field advantage. But this is the last regular season home game. It means a lot. It's senior night. They're going to play their hearts out.
Yeah, I covered Jordan Phillips' Circle his senior year, played Buter in the state championship game in basketball. That was in Augusta. Boy, it was loud and hot, packed in that gym that night, and he was a force to be reckoned with. Buter went on, that was Coach Denny Waldron's first year. Buter went on to win the game and go to the state tournament. But I remember Jordan Phillips very well. Circle this year, they run a spread offense. They're pretty balanced, close to 50-50 both ways, but they've got a quarterback that we're going to talk a lot about tonight in Luke McGinnis, who can run, he can throw, he loves to scramble and keep plays alive. And so Buter's really going to have to be mindful of him and try and contain McGinnis tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at him on the season, he's over 50% on his completion rate, which at the high school level, any quarterback that's over 50% is doing a good job. And then obviously he's been a threat on the ground, running the football as well. So it'll be a good test. He's a good quarterback, a good athlete, and really a guy that the Crusaders can key on tonight.
Hey guys, there's some really cute little girls out here on the field.
Yeah, I believe one of them has my last name.
Yeah, one of them has our last name too.
I'll have to see if I can find her.
Well, Clara is on the 43-yard line if you're looking for her, Chris.
Our classy crew is out there here before the game tonight, our elementary school dancers. Boy, it looks good. So big game tonight. We'll check the weather coming up. When we come back, we'll get thoughts as we break down the T-Birds with defensive coordinator Coach Jason Coles. That's next here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Listen to Crusader football on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. Your home for Crusader football. Join Aaron West and Chris Shank every Friday night on HKFM.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620 960-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
And welcome back on our Midway Motors drive to the game as we get set for senior night against the Circle Thunderbirds tonight here at Crusader Stadium. Time to break down the T-Birds with defensive coordinator Coach Jason Coles. Time to get armored up, Coach. Just jumping real quick back to Wellington last week, one of the better complete games your defense has played, and it seemed they kind of threw a little bit of everything offensively at you, and you guys handled it very well.
Yeah, they definitely had a variety of sets they were going to run and a variety of things they wanted to do. We thought they'd try to establish the run first. They came out slinging it the first series, and we played it pretty well. Went back to the run. We played that fairly well. So, I think we gave up just over 60 yards rushing. So if we can take away that aspect of a team, we'll take it, and that allows us to do some other things, on the back end and with our pass rush. So 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery, plus it forced another fumble. Yeah, we were really happy with a lot of the things our kids did. And 2 defensive scores are always fun.
On a big night tonight, chance to seal away a league title and position yourself for the playoffs against a Circle Thunderbird team, maybe the most balanced team that you've played this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at their stats throughout the season, they're a little bit heavier, to the passing. The last 2 weeks, they've slid back, more to of a run game, and that could be the opponents and taking what they can get. It could be, what players are available and where they're trying to focus. They found a spark in their backfield with the running back who's picked up 100 yards the last 2 weeks. So, we definitely know that we need to prepare for, both the ground game and the air game, and both of those are places we've excelled throughout the season, and also, times we've had our letdowns, and the kids definitely have taken it a challenge, to do their job as part of the unit, and, really, take pride in being a part of shutting teams down.
It seemed just watching them on film, a big part of what they do is their quarterback who can run the ball, but also his ability to keep plays alive and being able to contain him in the backfield.
Right. I mean, we've seen some good quarterbacks this year, and, that straw that stirs the drink, cliche, but he definitely does. He can sling it. He's an athlete. He can run. He keeps the plays alive with his feet as far as in the passing game, and then he'll pull it down and run when he needs to. Great on the quarterback counter. And like I said, their running back has picked up the pace the last couple of weeks. So, we've got to worry about McGinnis, but also you've got to worry about the rest of their skill guys as well.
Yeah, they've had several guys close to or over 100 yards receiving this year. I know they've had their best receiver hurt the last couple of weeks, but they've got several guys that can catch the ball.
Right, they've got athletes on the edge, that's for sure.
All right, Coach, thanks. That is Coach Jason Coles. We're armored up, but we've got more right after this.
The Midway Motors drive to the game continues after this. Still to come, we'll take you around the league with a look at other action in the AVCTL. And Chris Shank brings you tonight's keys to the game. The Midway Motors drive to the game on HKFM.
Neufeld's Flooring, your experts in design and installation of carpet, tile, wood, and vinyl floor covering. Proudly sponsoring Buhler High School activities, Neufeld's Flooring in downtown Buhler.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our 4-year-old grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 80 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way, the right way.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back on our Midway Motors drive to the game. It is a perfect Friday night for football here at Crusader Stadium as we'll go down to the field for our kickoff conditions. Brought to you by Phoenix Restoration, the company most trusted to deliver quality recovery services when disaster strikes. The premier disaster restoration company. And, boy, love these fall Friday nights, but it has turned out beautiful tonight.
It is perfect out here tonight in more ways than one. The temperature 73 degrees. Wind, a gentle breeze out of the south at 11 miles an hour. And for the first time ever, I think this season, there's clouds in the west and we have no sun in our eyes. So it's gorgeous.
There is no sun tonight. Of course, after next week, we'll flip the clock and it'll be dark by 5:30. So we have that to look forward to as well. A lot of big games here in Week 8 around the league tonight. Collegiate at Andale, that is number 1 against number 2 in Class 3A, and that is our feature game on Kicks 106.1 FM tonight. McPherson at Augusta, those two right next to each other in the West rankings at 5 and 6. A lot on the line in Hillier Stadium tonight. Winfield at El Dorado, our City at Andover Central, Wellington at Mulvane, Clearwater at Heston, and Independence at Rose Hill. Mentioned the Collegiate and Andale game on our network. Other games we'll be following tonight include Lions at Marion, Trinity Catholic at Hillsborough for a district title, Central Christian at Stafford, and Chaparral at Kingman. You can find live coverage and streaming online at adastraradio.com or the Ad Astra Radio app. And, of course, we'll be keeping you up to date on lots of scores tonight. Christopher at our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard. Good news for the Crusaders is they are plus 15 over Wamego right now for the top spot in the West. So all they have to do is win by 1 point tonight, and they are the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and that's something that, they always talk about controlling your own destiny. I mean, I was thinking about it, thinking philosophically, what's one of the great things about this country, America? People control their own destiny. And tonight, if the Crusaders can get the W tonight, even if it's just by 1 point, the Crusaders will be at home here the entire month of November if they continue winning all the way to the state title game potential.
Another huge game going on tonight. Little town about 6 miles north of here, Inman undefeated taking on Smith Center. That's a big game.
That is the Teutons and, of course, the Redmen with their long storied history in high school football in Kansas. And Teutons looking to win a title. See if they can finish off strong in the regular season tonight.
They've only given up 3 points all year long.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
I don't care what league you play in. That's pretty good.
Well, here's the thing, guys, about Wamego and Bueller with the tiebreaker. Bueller practically, they have to win because Wamego, they're not going to lose tonight most likely. They play Abilene, and so this game is a must-win game.
Definitely big. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll take a break here. Thoughts from head coach Steve Warner when we come back on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
America Holiday, Brooke Miller, Elise Gober, Marley Cooper, and Callie Cooper.
You're listening to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Visit Midway Motors on 30th Street in Hutchinson or online at midwaymotors.com. Next, we hear the pregame thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for Crusader football, HKFM.
At Adams Brown, our clients are the center of everything we do. Hi, this is Brett Henry. If you farm or in the agriculture, healthcare, construction, real estate, or own your own business, we'd love to talk to see how we can help your operation. Adams Brown, Strategic Allies and CPAs, above and beyond.
Hi, this is Robin Swanson. I am a candidate for the USD 313 Bueller School Board. For the past 11 years, I have had a passion for helping in the schools and district. I have served on many PTOs, holding officer positions and leading multiple committees. Throughout those years, I have had 4 children in the district, and my youngest son is currently a freshman at BHS. I am running because I want to continue to serve our community and help make our district as successful as possible. On November 2nd, vote for Robin Swanson. Thank you.
Paid for by Robin Swanson.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Crusader football senior night here tonight at Crusader Stadium. Bueller gets set to take on the Circle Thunderbirds. And our pregame thoughts with head coach Steve Warner. Coach, here we are at the end of another season. A chance to honor another fantastic group of seniors. And on the positive side, they've got a ton still to play for. So
they really do. And a lot of kids that are going to be school record holders and different things. And it's been a great group. We definitely want to play as many games as we possibly can. Our goal is obviously to get to the state championship, and these seniors are going to be a huge part of that. And they definitely deserve an opportunity, and let's go see what happens.
Chance to secure your first league title since 2017. And, years past we've been talking about MAC and some of those teams. But it's the Circle Thunderbirds tonight who have really turned things around here in the last couple of years. And they have a pretty special senior class themselves.
They really do. They beat us when our kids were freshmen, and we know we're going to have to be ready. I think it helps that they're good and that the fact that they beat our seniors. So they're focused and they are ready to go out and prove that they are better than this team. And I just like the way the kids are playing. I like the way we handle adversity, and I hope we continue to do it the rest of the year because we're going to have a lot of adversity as part of the game. But we got to control the line of scrimmage, and that'll take care of their running game, and it'll help ours. And then the other thing we got to do is tackle their quarterback, who's very elusive and very quick.
You had to make some changes on the offensive line last week. Bodie Redenbaugh comes in last week, and hopefully those guys, another week of practice, that'll help them out.
I'm very pleased with where Bodie is right now. He's had a great week of practice. He works very, very hard, and he just needed some confidence and needed some time to understand exactly how we do things. And he's so big and strong and physical that he got by with bad habits. And that's not a slam on anybody, but when you at the varsity level, then you've got to start having technique, and he's got it figured out now. And we've taken baby steps through the year. Now he's taking leaps and bounds because he's getting more and more reps. So now that he's getting all the reps, and he's only getting better.
Yeah, defensively, you guys have been playing fantastic football last couple of weeks, and going to have another challenge with a quarterback who can be multifaceted. He can run, he can throw, and so you're going to have to be ready for him.
And we are. Our kids are ready to run. That's the best thing they do. Our defense runs well.
Big one. Again, chance to lock down that league title, the number 1 seed in the 4A West. So plenty of motivation in this game, and moving forward, looking forward to it, and we'll see how it goes on the field, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is head coach Steve Warner, and we're back with more right after this.
Join head coach Steve Warner for the Crusader Coaches Show, Monday nights at 6:30. You've been listening to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. The first half kickoff is coming up next, and Chris Shank brings you tonight's keys to the game on HKFM.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buhler. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member-owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
Manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
And welcome back from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth tonight. We'll bring you coverage of Buhler and Circle. Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Come by, let's be friends. Buhler 6-1, Circle 5-2. The Crusaders, of course, trying to clinch a league title first since 2017. Tonight, come in averaging 34 points, giving up 16 a game. The T-Birds, on the other hand, their 2 losses to Mack and Mulvane. They have won 3 straight, including 33-14 last week over El Dorado. They averaged 26 points, but they also give up 26 a game. So see if Buhler's offense can get things moving consistently tonight, fellas. And I think let's have some fewer penalties than we did last week.
Yeah, last week was one of those games that just there's. But I tell you what, that second quarter, guys, was just one of those long quarters. Just seemed like both teams were just getting penalties thrown left and right. So tonight, hopefully it'll be a nice, clean game tonight, and turnover-free, limited penalties, and run the football.
Buhler's offense with senior quarterback Bradley Neal, second all-time in career passing, just shy of 3,000 yards, 56% completion on the year with 9 touchdowns and 3 INTs. He'll throw to Brock McCurdy. Matt Eddy having a big season with his 15 catches and could go over 300 yards tonight. Tanner Tustin has really come on as a fullback and receiver. And, of course, Sam Elliott, who needs 2 carries to pass Riley Allen for the most in school history tonight, has rushed for 1,300 yards on the season. Up front at the tackles, Jackson Childs and Bodie Redenbaugh, Brian Regier and Wes Miller, the guards, and Blake Ellis in the middle. The good news is 3 of those 5 will be coming back next year, so we'll have some experience on that line, and that'll be good.
Yeah, because on the defensive side of the ball, there's 1 junior starting, so the offense is going to be the side that next year Buhler has some guys back.
All right, let's take you down on the field.
Step right in if you want to. I'm not going to do it here till I announce it. Hey, welcome, gentlemen. It's an honor and a pleasure to work for you this evening. No better place to be than right here on a Friday night. I mean, I've got them too. I'm ready to go. Hey, I'll tell you what. Circle is our visitors. I'll let them call the coin. K-Ship will be the heads. GWA will be the tails. I'm going to let it hit the ground. Okay, call it while it's in the air. Would you please? You just tell me what he calls. Is that all right? Are you ready? He called tails. It's heads. You want to defer to the second half?
Buhler won the toss. They've deferred. Circle will receive the ball to start the game, and Buhler will be kicking off. And wind not a huge factor, but Buhler will be kicking off and defending the south end zone. Circle receiving and defending the north end zone. Beautiful night. Let's play football.
Absolutely. Circle T-Birds will have the ball first. Christopher, let's take a look at some keys to the game.
Third in line tonight, keeping the momentum. You think about that game that Buhler played against Augusta a couple weeks ago. They've continued to just play good football since then, knocking down Mac 2 weeks ago and then Wellington last week, so keeping momentum is a huge thing tonight. Number 2, bottling up McGinnis. McGinnis is the guy that moves the football and stirs the drink, as you will, for Circle. He's had over 100 yards rushing multiple times this year. He's averaging over 200 yards a game, so he's a guy that if the Crusaders can shut him down, it should be a good night. And final key tonight, pounding the rock. You think about all the great tailbacks that have worn maroon and white over the years for Buhler, and we're getting to witness one of the guys that will be the all-time leading rusher in number of carries tonight once he takes that second carry tonight. And Sam Elliott, what a special young man he is, and a special group of seniors. And let's hope we can keep the ball rolling.
Luke McGinnis for Circle, their quarterback, a 5'9" senior, has completed 53% of his passes for just shy of 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 9 INTs. He has 6 receivers with 90 or more yards. Ty Smith, 35 catches, 666 yards, was out the last couple of weeks with an injury. We'll see if he's back tonight. Bonner Jeffries and Nolan Messmore, a couple of the other keys. Dylan Boer's come on strong as a running back late in the season, averaging 4.3 yards a carry. And we'll see what the T-Birds can do on offense as they'll get the ball first. So Jeffrey Neal will set at the 40, kicking toward the north end zone here at Crusader Stadium. Buhler in their home black uniforms, the black helmets and the maroon numerals, all white unis, blue numerals and blue helmets for the T-Birds. And here is the kickoff. We are underway with Crusader football. A squib that bounces high to the 25. It is bobbled and taken there by a Circle T-Bird, and a very short return to the 29-yard line. Buhler defensively in that 4-3. Up front on the line, the tackles Gavin Patton and Jackson Childs. The ends Bo Van Bruggen and Dalen Coffey. The linebackers Sam Elliott, Colin Rowland, and Tanner Tustin. In the secondary, Brock McCurdy, Cody Weiscarver, Deontay Campbell, and Cameron Campbell. There'll be several other names that we call tonight as well. 1st and 10 from their own 29, 11:56 to go in the game. The lineup in an empty backfield set, spread formation, ball bobbled and caught across the 35 in the first play of the game. And complete to the 39, right near the first down stick. And good job of McGinnis there on that first play, getting rid of the ball in a hurry.
Yeah, he delivered a dart that time to Cooper Chadwell. Nice job in space making the tackle. Tanner Tustin over there.
You got a 1st and 10, quick release.
First down, single back in the backfield to the left of McGinnis. Trips left this time. He wants to throw right, single coverage. That is Smith, who catches it and falls down immediately. Talked about Ty Smith, his 36th catch of the year, and he's going to be one they're going to have to watch out for tonight.
And that's a big, big pickup for Circle, getting him back. You mentioned, Aaron, that he's been out the last couple of weeks with an injury.
Forward progress to the 47-yard line. It is a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. Clock running, 11:20 to play here in the first, and no score. McGinnis out of the gun. They'll put a back in motion. Here is Boer on his first carry. He's a hard runner on the inside. Fumble at the end of the play, but a knee down at the 49-yard line. It should be another first down on this drive for the T-Birds.
Yeah, Sam Elliott in on the stop that time, but those first couple plays from Circle, a way that you negate a good pass rush that Buhler brings is getting the ball out quick, and so far when Circle has thrown it, they have got it out extremely quick.
And another school record chance here tonight, guys, with Bo Van Bruggen just needing one to break the school record of sacks with 20.
First and 10 at their own 49. McGinnis out of the gun. Boer to his left. He'll get the handoff. Runs right across the formation into Buhler territory, across the 50. And forward progress to the 46-yard line. That'll go for 5 yards. Bo Van Bruggen on the stop, and they're going to go hurry offense. No huddle here. Second down and 6.
Yeah, Circle trying to go tempo, and you're getting to see why the spread works when you're running quick plays and just attacking quick.
McGinnis looking to the sideline. A bit of a hard count there, trying to get Buhler to jump. 4 wide receivers. Boer gets the handoff and runs straight ahead across the 45 to the 44-yard line. That is going to bring up Circle's first third down here in this series. It'll be third and about 4.
Yeah, Tanner Tushton in on the stop for the Crusaders. He's already had a couple of tackles here on this first possession, versing Circle.
Well, you're going to want to watch out where Ty Smith is. He is in single coverage on the far side. They line up with 2 backs this time, and now they'll take the snap on third down. It's a keeper by McGinnis, and he runs to the left, is going to be stopped well short. As a matter of fact, McGinnis will get no gain on the play at the 44, and now decision time as it's fourth down.
And well, it'll be interesting to see what Circle decides to do. Nice stop that time by Jackson Childs. He really did a great job of filling the gap there, and they're going to line up for a punt, but man, I'd be leery about a fake right here.
Logan Clothier is the fifth-year head coach of the T-Birds at 9-32. Their punter is their quarterback, so there's that factor. McGinnis from his own 45 will kick it away. Buhler has nobody back deep, and so this ball's going to take a circle roll inside the 10, inside the 5, and Buhler is going to start first and 10 at their own 3-yard line, and a good kick for McGinnis with nobody back to return.
Yeah, and the reason teams don't put a guy back in those punt situations, if a return man's going to field it potentially inside the 10-yard line, it's not a live ball unless one of your guys touches it. So coaches try to avoid setting their team up for a failure. So not a bad play there for the Crusaders, but now 98 yards to go. So for those longest plays in school history chances, here's one of them right here, gentlemen.
Bradley Neal will lead his offense to the line of scrimmage. 8:48 to play in the opening period, no score. And they'll line up under center in the I formation. They put a receiver in motion. Here is Sam Elliott with his first carry of the night and slides forward to the 5-yard line for a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8.
So with that carry right there, Sam now tied with Riley Allen all-time and career carries with 646.
Clock will continue to run. 8:25 to play in the opening period. Circle in their opening drive had to punt away in Buhler territory. Brad goes out of the gun, standing on his own goal line with 2 wings to the far side. They pitch it left side. Sam's got some room to the 10, 15, 20 to the edge, 25. Cuts to the sideline across the 30, and a big Sam Elliott run breaks the school record for most rushing attempts, and comes up with a big play and a first down up to the 32.
Well, congratulations to Sam. There's not a more deserving kid because he's a guy that works hard and has worked hard for a long time, weight room-wise, off-season-wise. Congratulations to him.
And that's a new wrinkle in Buhler's offense. A quick toss to Sam out on the left wing, and he turned the corner in a hurry.
I go with those 2 wings to the left side again after the 27-yard gain. Play action. Brad wants to throw. Steps up one-on-one. Wide open. Tanner Tushton. Touchdown, Crusaders.
No flags. No flags.
What a dart that time. I mean, you could see Tushton getting separation beyond the high safety Bonner Jeffries of Circle, and it was just a flag route from across the field, and great job by Tushton just beating his man deep.
Yeah, and the throw was a little wobbly and short, so it was also good for Tushton to be able to come back and get it and keep control of the ball.
That is Brad's longest throw of the year, and it goes for 6. A 68-yard strike to Tanner Tustin.
Great start for the Crusaders. Circle probably thinking, here we go again.
7:35 to play in the first. Jeffrey Neal from the 10 out of the hold of Logan Briner. Kicks it through, and Buhler takes an early touchdown lead here in the first quarter at Crusader Stadium. Buhler 7 and Circle nothing on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
When disaster strikes your home or business, shop local. Hi, this is Robin Swanson. My husband Ryan and I and our team at Phoenix Restoration are proud to be Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. When pipes break, fire strikes, or the unthinkable hits your home or business, call us. With over 10 years of experience, we know how to help you recover. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. Phoenix Restoration. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Just like Hutch has been synonymous with salt dating back to its discovery here in 1887, Cargill is synonymous with salt. Cargill Salt of Hutch. Proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
3 plays, 97 yards, and Buhler will kick off to the 15.
Fumble.
It's fumbled and out of bounds. With the ball goes the return man. That is Cannon McCormick on the return, who fumbled it, but then went out of bounds with the football at the 25.
Great job flying downfield. Javon Ostrom was the Crusader down there that nearly was able to fall on it before it went out of bounds.
So Circle from their own 25, their second series. Buhler leading 7-0 here on senior night. And McGinnis back on the field. Looking to the sideline. Now he's got the play. 15 of the play clock here as he snaps his hands together, takes the ball. Back to throw over the middle, nearly picked off. Brock McCurdy on a high throw intended over the middle for Cooper Chadwell. Had a chance to pick that one off, incomplete.
And McCurdy, one of the safeties, he saw the route and was able to jump it. And like you said, Aaron, nearly had it picked. Just timed it ever so slightly off.
Well, McGinnis had plenty of time that time, just a little off on the throw. And
yeah, his first couple of throws are right on target. That one was a little off target.
First, make it 2nd and 10 at the 25. Trips right here on 2nd down. Buhler brings pressure off the edge. Throw over the middle. It is caught at the 35. Ball is loose, and the Crusaders have it.
Eddie time.
Any time is any time for them to be able to cover that ball quickly.
That was Cooper Chadwell on the catch over the middle. And then the fumble, and Buhler recovers.
Well, now the Crusaders with that recovery go plus 10 on the season. That's the 17th takeaway this year for Buhler High.
Boy, that was a gift. It bounced right up into his hands.
And so the Crusaders in Circle territory have it back. 7:19 to go in the first. They'll be at the Circle 37 on the recovery. And to the ground game they go on first down. And a gain of 2 to the 31.
Sam not only showcased his patience on that, he showcased his vision, and he showcased his strength on that run.
He actually got about 7 on that carry.
I'm sorry, 7 yards to the 31.
The hole didn't develop initially where he cut to, so he waited for it to develop, bounced off a couple guys, and still made some hay out of it.
I looked at my chart, and my 7 looked like a 2. It threw me off there for a minute. High formation. They go with 2 tight ends on 2nd down. And Sam up the middle gets across the 25. And he will have enough for the first down right at the 25-yard line. Move the sticks for the Crusaders. The running game working early tonight. You talked about the plus 10 in the takeaway ratio. Boy, this defense has been a play-making defense this year.
Yeah, I mean, to have 17 takeaways in your 8th game of the season, just an incredible season going on for the Crusaders defensively in that category.
7-0, 6:24 to go in our opening quarter. Brad out of the gun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. He'll take the snap, back to throw. Plenty of time, still has time. Now lets it go into the end zone in double coverage, and it's batted away at the last second. Good play by Luke McGinnis on the coverage in the end zone. Brad had plenty of time, but incomplete.
Yeah, it was intended for Cameron Campbell. That time it was a post route as he was cutting right towards the uprights. And he had separation, but then one of the circle D-backs was able to close it out right at the very end.
Yeah, McGinnis deflected the ball away, or it would have been 6.
So Buhler on a 2nd and 10 going for the money shot on first down. 2 receivers split out right, the I formation. And it's Sam Elliott.
There goes Sam.
Breaks out of a tackle at the 20. Breaks out of another tackle. Comes out of his shoe at the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. Who needs cleats? Sam Elliott just runs right out of him. And he'll mark his knee down at the 11. It'll be 1st and 10.
Can you guys imagine how aggravating it would be to play against Sam Elliott as a defender? I mean, he is just so relentless, does not give up, and just makes you play to the absolute whistle.
He moves like a water bug.
And telling Sam to go on the ground is like telling a kid to eat his green beans and vegetables. He just refuses.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10. They can get the first down without the touchdown at the 11. Here's Brad out of the gun, trips left on first down. And the play fake over the middle, caught! Touchdown! Brock McCurdy!
Crusaders had double receivers over on the far side of the field, a little cross route. McCurdy was on the quick slant to the interior, and I believe it was Campbell that was cutting to the outside. McCurdy goes upstairs, hauls it in, took a big shot as he hauled it in, but able to put 6 up on the board for Buhler.
For Brock McCurdy, that is his 10th catch of the season. That one goes for 11. Now with 128 yards receiving and his first touchdown of the year, Jeffrey Neal from the 10. Carson Moeller snaps. The kick is up. The kick is perfect. 14-0. Buhler on top. 5:30 to play here in the opening period. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM of the Crusaders Sports Network.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buhler. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
HKFM.
Back here with a 2-score lead. Buhler over Circle 14-0 in this battle for a district title in Week 8. League title. Jeff Neal to kick off from the 40. And he'll boot it end over end. Drives the return man. That is McCormick back to the 10. He fumbled the ball out of bounds on his last return. And gets the football across the 20 this time to near the 24-yard line. Well, Circle has shown little ability to run here early in this game, and it's been all up to the arm of Luke McGinnis, who almost threw an INT on their last series, and then of course, the fumble that Buhler recovered and was able to take it from the Circle 32. 5 plays in their second touchdown.
You know, Circle looks sharp to start this game, but Buhler looks really sharp.
They definitely have the momentum now. 3 wide receivers set. They'll put Bonner Jeffries in motion here, and the ball's loose again, and I think the Crusaders have it again at the 25. That ball popped up in the air.
And let's see who it was. I couldn't see who recovered it out there for Buhler, but what a great turn of events. The second fumble recovery of the night for Buhler. Buhler now on the season plus 11.
What a nightmare start for the Thunderbirds.
And before you know it, the Crusaders might end up being ahead 21-0.
Boy, you're right, guys. This could not have started worse for the T-Birds.
So now the Crusaders are probably going to go for a kill shot.
Buhler from the Circle 26 here. 5:15 to go in the first, 1st and 10. And here is Brock McCurdy, who breaks out of a tackle to the sideline, to the pylon. Is he in or out?
They've got an official that's marking it out, clear back at the 11-yard line, but it'll set up a nearly 1st and goal for Buhler. The beautiful thing, we can still get a first down without scoring here, but nice play call on the end around. They gave it to McCurdy and then faked to Sam Elliott up the gut.
Goes for 15. Brock McCurdy went out of bounds at the 11. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Crusaders to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of time. 17 on the play clock. 5:07 on the first quarter clock. Leading 14-0. Brad out of the eye under center. 2 receivers near side. Tight end lines up on the right side of the formation as well. He'll take the snap from Ellis. Here is a little juke move up the middle. Sam Elliott drags the defender to near the goal line.
That looked like a face mask.
It is going to be 1st and goal, I think, at the 1 here. As Sam Elliott juked right, darted left, found the hole, and took a couple of T-birds down to the 1. It'll be 1st and goal.
And a great block.
Yeah, it's about the length of a football away from the goal line.
Great job by Brian Regier on the pulling guard that time. He had a great block to help seal the crease there for Sam, but Crusaders knocking on the door for their 3rd score of the night.
And with all the adversity they've had, the O-line has had, they have really came together and played well last couple weeks.
Bueller with 2 passing touchdowns here in the first quarter. They line up with 3 backs stacked behind Brad in the formation and into the end zone. Sam the Man Elliott, touchdown Crusaders, and for Samuel, that is the 56th rushing touchdown of his career.
Wow. So, I mean, he's going to get into the 60s, if not higher, in career touchdowns if this season continues the way we think it's going to.
Just like that, Bueller is up 3 scores. We told you in the pregame tonight how dominant they've been in this series, averaging nearly 50 points a game. Jeff Neal on for a 3rd try. From the 10, boots it through. He stays perfect.
Circles hardly had time to even work up a sweat, and they're down by 3 touchdowns.
Still have 4.5 minutes to go in the first. Bueller leading 21-0 here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal doesn't sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but our family at Johnson Sheet Metal became a Lennox dealer 99 years ago and are still servicing and installing heating and air conditioning systems in Hutchinson and Reno County. Through 4 generations, our specialty has been the Lennox brand, but we can service other brands just as well. We do metals too, but if you have a heating or air conditioning need, call Johnson Sheet Metal today at 620-662-0224.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
HKFM.
Our coverage tonight from Crusader Stadium brought to you in part by Hutchinson Community College, by the Mid-Kansas Credit Union, by Dick's Phillips 66, by Newfeld's Flooring, and by Daylight Donuts. 2 circle turnovers, and Bueller leading 21-0. Jeffrey will squib this one, and that one goes through the wickets of a T-bird on the near side and goes skidding out of bounds right through the legs of Connor Chadwell, and then out of bounds near the 21. It's the old, I got it. Wait, I don't got it.
So now if you're circled, the last 2 possessions, you fumbled it away. I guarantee you Coach Clothier was just saying, guys, we got to take care of the football. Don't be surprised if these circle backs now have both hands protecting the ball when they're coming through the line on this series.
That ball all the way back to the 17 is where they mark it out.
Ball looks like a knuckleball coming back here.
And with you already being 21-0 and the defense having 2 straight takeaways, you don't want them to back down.
It had some mustard on it. 1st and 10. Here is McGinnis out of the gun. He'll hand it off on 1st down, and the Black Knights know what to do with that. And Boer goes nowhere. No gain of the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Our D-line's getting absolutely great penetration tonight. We're not blitzing anybody, but the front 4 are just pouring through those front gaps of the circle O-line.
Look like they're trying to turn Boer into a pretzel out there.
Stopped him for no gain. 2nd down and 10 with the clock running. McGinnis wants to throw out of the spread, and he is going to be brought down. A sack inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Thunderbirds.
And on that quarterback sack for Bueller, I believe it was Matthew Eddy. So that time Coach Cole's dialing up a little blitz action there.
I think the whole round table was back there on the sack.
That'll be a loss of 8 on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
And now if you're Luke McGinnis, you're dang near your goal line when you're going to be taking the shotgun snap.
3rd down and long with 4 wide receivers. McGinnis scrambling and being chased out of bounds at the 5, being pursued by Tanner Tustin and Dalen Coffey, and he goes out of bounds near the 5-yard line.
Yeah, McGinnis saw what was bearing down on him. You had a great view of where you were at.
Yeah, I was running for my life.
So you weren't the only one trying to evac there.
Well, now the T-Birds are going to have to punt from their own end zone.
And this is the spot on the field, guys. Don't be surprised if the Crusaders don't try to line up for the all-out block here, try to get an even shorter field and get 6 on special teams.
They do have Eddie and McCurdy back to return this punt from McGinnis. And kind of a screwball look to it as Eddie returns it to the 30, sprints to the far side as a flag comes out near the 25 at the end of the play.
That was a great special teams tackle made that time by Cannon McCormick for Circle.
That was a big hit.
That kick had a ton of backspin on it. And we'll see what the penalty marker is. First flag thrown out tonight.
Well, we're starting to get some scores from across the Ad Astra Sports Network. We'll take a look at that Buehler Dental Care scoreboard update here in a minute after we get the call here from the officials.
Talked to a friend of mine out in Pittsburgh today, and he officiates out in southeast Kansas. He had the privilege of covering Coffeyville and Fort Scott tonight, and both those teams struggling. I said, I think I've got the better end of that stick tonight. It's been a tough year for both those teams.
Yeah, and Fort Scott traditionally has had some pretty good teams. So,
And Coffeyville's who we played for the state championship.
They call it a block in the back on the Crusaders. So that'll be their first penalty of the night.
39-yard line for the Crusaders.
Buehler comes in to the contest, averaging 5.5 penalties, 54 yards a game. So it'll be from the circle 39.
Yeah, guys, I'm not getting a lot of steps, and I've been standing here about the 15-yard line the whole first quarter.
Still 3:05 to play in this quarter, and they blow it dead.
And no flags out, so there's going to be a timeout called.
Timeout on the field. Our coverage tonight here on HKFM, brought to you in part by the Buehler Booster Club, by Hutchinson Family Dental, by Jackson Meat, by Rise Up Reno Prevention Network, and by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs. And Christopher, you were saying got a few scores starting to roll in here.
Yes, we'll start off with the big marquee game down in 3A. Andale, this game on Kicks Country 106. Andale leading Collegiate at the end of one. Elsewhere, kind of taking some look at Heston leading Clearwater 13-0. Pratt over Nickerson in CKL action 14-6. And in the big district championship game in 2A up at Joel Ween Stadium, Hillsboro blanking the Trinity Catholic Celtics 20-0.
Trinity Catholic looking to come back from that tough loss last week to Haven. Hillsboro's looking to stay perfect and capture a league title. Of course, Andale and Collegiate both undefeated, 1-2 in 3A.
Well, it's a fun time of the year because obviously how these games pan out will set up the first round of the playoffs next week for all classes.
We've got a crew in Kingman tonight covering Kingman and Chaparral. That also, those two teams trying to battle for a district title. 1st and 10 from the 39. Out of the timeout, 3:05 to play. A timeout taken by the T-Birds. Here is Sam Elliott. Big burst up the middle.
There he goes.
To the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Crusaders.
And Sam Elliott made that one look easy as he takes it 40 yards right up the gut for 6.
One play, 39 yards. Sam Elliott with his second rushing touchdown of the game. And for Samuel, that is number 15 on the season. 2:56 to go, and
I don't think anybody expected on how this to be.
Yeah, I was texting one of the Buehler Junior parents, and he was saying, man, I wasn't expecting this at all. And talking about not expecting things, another Buehler Dental Care scoreboard update. McPherson is pounding Augusta right now, 21-6. Gum has just 4 carries, 3 of them going for touchdowns.
28-0 now. The Crusaders lead it. One play, 39 yards, 2:56 to go in the first on HKFM, the Crusaders Sports Network.
At Allen Samuels and Hutch, the 2022 model years are available for order, with Dodge Ram 1500 Crew Cab starting at only $28,800, and the best-in-class 3500 Crew starts at only $35,400. Let Allen Samuels Hutch show you a better way to order your next vehicle, the way you want it. That's the Allen Samuels way. Order your new vehicle today for year-end delivery, located on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine, or visit us online 24/7 at AllenSamuelsHutch.com. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
At Adams Brown, we go above and beyond to help our clients. Hi, this is Brett Henry. We love to show how our team can help your business. Stop by our Hutch location at 30th and Plum or check out AdamsBrownCPA.com. Adams Brown, Strategic Allies and CPAs, above and beyond.
HKFM.
Here's an interesting stat. Bueller with 4 touchdowns now. They have not had a drive go longer than 5 plays.
Well, you talked about it, Dad. I mean, you have just camped out at that north end, and that's where all the action for the most part in this entire first half has been.
And Jeffrey will squib it. It takes a high bounce, picked up at the 18, return near side across the 30. That is Dylan Boer to the 31. This will, for the T-Birds, will be their 5th time on offense. And so far, 2 turnovers and 2 punts.
Yeah, everything going the Crusaders' way. It's been a nice, just clean game. You know, only 1 penalty on the Crusaders, no turnovers. And they have really stymied this Circle T-Bird offense.
It's going to be really tough on Coach Warner to find anything to complain about.
Well, the flag comes out before the snap. Did the play clock run dead?
Might be, it's going to be a false start. One of the T-Birds moved.
Prior to the play, false start, offense, number 3.
It was a receiver in the near side that jumped. That is Jake Brown.
Well, if you're a wide out, the worst place on the field you can move is right in front of your opponent's sideline, because everybody and their dog's going to be hollering about it, and that's exactly what happened there.
So that pushes the ball back to the 27, 1st and 15. Pressure off the edge. McGinnis scrambling, keeps it alive. Forward progress back to the 24-yard line. A coach talked about them practicing that scramble drill each week in practice, where they are prepared for that quarterback to try and keep a play alive.
No doubt. And Tyler, big significance on that sack right there.
Is that the sack?
There
sack
it is.
20 for BVB.
Mean Bo Green Van Bruggen getting that 20th sack, breaking the career school record.
And a loss of 3 more yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 19. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right side. A handoff to Boer, and he'll carry forward to the 25-yard line, so he gets a yard on the play. Bueller, if they hold here on 3rd down now, still get the ball back with more than a minute to go in the first. That is crazy.
Well, Coach Coles talked about it in the pregame, how well this defense runs, and right now they are flowing really well and pursuing well and just gang tackling like you'd expect a Black Knight defense to do.
3rd and 19, 4 wide receivers. McGinnis scrambling again, being chased by Van Bruggen. Heaves it downfield in traffic. It's picked off near midfield. Intercepted by Deontay Campbell to the 45-40. Out of bounds in Circle territory along the far sideline.
And I tell you what, on that return, that was a hellacious block thrown by Colin Rowland. I mean, the guy that's down right now, and it was a clean block, the guy had his head upfield, but man, Rowland just obliterated that Circle T-Bird right there.
Yeah, and I just went and re-saw that on the stream, and oh my goodness gracious.
That was a pop.
You guys, I still haven't had to move.
Deontay Campbell now on the season with his 4th touchdown, or 4th INT, I'm sorry.
Well, and we continue to add turnovers for the Crusaders. They are now plus 12 on the season.
You know, the JV may get it in the 2nd quarter.
Bueller will have it. 1:24 to go here in the first from the Circle 36. Brad to throw, near side, Tustin at the 35. Flag out as Tustin goes down shy of the 30-yard line.
Tustin maybe got an incidental face mask that happened to him, but that's not what the penalty is going to be. It's going to be a hold from where the official threw it there in the backfield.
And talking about the Crusader defense, takeaway hat trick with 1:14 to go in the first.
It is a hold on Bueller's offense. It'll be their second penalty tonight. So it negates the catch by Tustin, pushes the ball back to the 46. It'll be 1st and 20.
Okay, I'm going to move 5 yards.
Well, J.P. Lawrence holds the record for most interceptions in a season with 10. That was Deontay Campbell's 4th. Here's Cameron Campbell in the sweep in motion. Handoff, bouncing off a tackle is Elliott. Cuts to the inside, across the 35, down to the 30. He gets all the penalty yardage back and then some as he's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Typically, offensively, you have a 1st and 20 staring you in the face. You know, hey, we got to throw on 1st down to try to make it more manageable. Not when you have Sam Elliott in the backfield. I mean, he just broke tackle after tackle after tackle, kept his balance, and scampered his way upfield to make it a 2nd and 4 after a 1st and 20.
I'm back to my spot at the 15.
Wham Bam Sam is just something else.
17 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3. 20 seconds to go. Probably final play of the quarter. Here's the sweep again. Campbell's got the ball. He's got the 1st down across the 20. And Cameron Campbell from right to left in the jet sweep down to the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. And he, I think, went out of bounds. They'll move the chain. So that stops the clock with 12 seconds to go. They do not, even if they wind the clock here pretty quickly, they see if they have to take another snap.
I believe he got tackled out of bounds.
Went out of bounds, so it stops the clock. They'll have to run one more play. 1st and 10 at the 16. I formation. 2 receivers right on 1st down. And Bruggen lining up on the right side as well. Here's the handoff to Elliott at the 15. Scampers to the 10, inside the 5, down to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal. And 14 more yards for Sam Elliott. Well, he is so special. His senior season. Took over the second half of his sophomore year, and clock will run to 0, and that'll get us to the end of the first quarter of play. A big 12 minutes. The Crusaders 4 touchdowns, threatening to score again, up 28-0 here from Crusader Stadium on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Hi, this is Jade with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler, Kansas. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you'll talk to a live person from our offices in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability, or call 620-543-5000 to inquire about our services.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
Well, Deontay Campbell's 4th interception of the season tonight has Buhler set up for another touchdown try. He needs one more to be 6th all-time for most in a season. He would tie a host of Crusaders who had 5. Mentioned the most in a season is J.P. Lawrence back in 2010 with 10. And of course, Lawrence had a great career, not only defensively, but the all-time leading receiver in Crusader history.
Aaron, I just had to move 96 yards.
Well, you're getting your steps in. 1st and goal and touchdown. Sam Elliott walks into the end zone.
That was so quick, no time came off the clock.
They didn't even start the clock.
Well, the Crusaders just went with the A formation, as they call it, where they put the super back in there right next to the fullback, just power football. And anytime your tailback can walk into the end zone and not even get a hand put on him, that's a good carry.
Sam's third rushing touchdown tonight. Jeffrey Neal's leg is going to get tired. From the 10, high snap brought down. Boy, good job recovering there by Logan Briner.
Logan Briner takes that job seriously. He is always training for bad snaps, high snaps, anything.
35-0. Early second quarter. It is a blowout here on senior night. Tonight we're back after this on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Hi, this is Robin Swanson. I am a candidate for the USD 313 Bueller School Board. For the past 11 years, I have had a passion for helping in the schools and district. I have served on many PTOs, holding officer positions and leading multiple committees. Throughout those years, I have had 4 children in the district, and my youngest son is currently a freshman at BHS. I am running because I want to continue to serve our community and help make our district as successful as possible. On November 2nd, vote for Robin Swanson. Thank you.
Paid for by Robin Swanson. At H&R Block, we're here all year at tax time or anytime to help get answers for your tax questions. Stop by H&R Block in Hutch at 2nd and Washington, on the Square in Lyons, or in downtown Ellsworth today. Get your taxes won at H&R Block.
HKFM.
All the talk with the players and the coaches this week, they certainly weren't expecting this to happen tonight. They were preparing for a battle.
Well, and the beautiful thing is they are continuing to keep the intensity up. Sometimes you score a couple quick touchdowns in a game and you start letting down offensively or defensively. These guys, though, are a well-oiled machine tonight.
Low kick to the 23 this time by Jeffrey. Return near side across the 30 and across the 35. This will be one of the few plays tonight where it's actually right in front of us, Christopher.
Yeah, they have not been in this part of the field pretty much this whole evening. Got to give a shout out there, Jay Spencer, the junior, with his second special teams tackle on kickoffs tonight. He did a great job toting the rock for the Crusaders in the JV game down at Andale on Monday.
T-Birds have not had bad field position tonight. They have just had a lot of misfortune. 3 turnovers in the game, 2 fumbles and an INT. And out of the shotgun, McGinnis on first down, 2 receivers right side. Ooh, and a big hit at the line of scrimmage as they hand the ball off to Cannon McCormick, and he took a big shot after a short gain of 1.
Yeah, Gavin Patton came pouring through from the 2-tech position and just got past it his offensive lineman that was tasked with blocking him, and then had that big collision with McCormick. And so little to no gain there on first down.
But he did hold on to the football.
Clock running, 11:21 to go here in the first half. On 2nd and 9, McGinnis, they'll hand it off on the ground again and again. Boy, there are 10 Black Knights in on that tackle for no gain.
Once again, the whole round table was in on that tackle.
Easier to talk about who wasn't in on the tackle. It was Cameron Campbell, and the only reason he wasn't is because he was the corner split out on the far side on the wideout.
It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Well, the other thing you're kind of seeing tonight, the varsity guys know that, hey, we might only get a half of football, so we got to make these 2 quarters count.
T-Birds had 2 first down on their first series. They haven't had one since. Pressure up the middle. McGinnis throws incomplete. He was being pursued as he got rid of it looking for Smith. It was short, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, Sam Elliott got the green light to come, and Luke McGinnis saw 20 heading his way and just wanted to release the ball and not have anything to do with Sam Elliott.
I don't think there's a scarier sight than seeing a 2-time state wrestling champion come straight at you full speed.
You think McGinnis knows that he's a 2-time state wrestling champion? I hear Coach Warner hollering timeout.
Of course, he might have been on the receiving end of some of Sam's runs, too.
He might have been. 10:38 to play here in the half. Crusader football brought to you in part by Ray & Sons Roofing, by Cargill Salt, by the Sheila Metzger Agency, by the Medicine Shop, and by Midwest Iron and Metal. Join us Monday night. Coach Steve Warner will be with us for our Crusader Coaches Show live from Taco John's in Hutchinson at 6:30 as we talk Crusader football. And we'll have different players Monday in our player profile this past week. Got to visit with Gavin Patton. And so join us this coming Monday at 6:30. Sterling College football tomorrow on the network. And the Warriors have a big one tomorrow with the Bethel Threshers. I believe that is a 12:30 pregame from Smizer Stadium tomorrow afternoon on HKFM.
Yeah, Bethel been in and out of the rankings this season.
They are 17th now. Fourth down as Circle sets to punt away from near their own 25. McGinnis with the right leg. Nice high kick. It'll be taken by Eddie. Returnable from the 30, 35 to the far edge. Now cutting back the other way. Actually lost. Trying to keep the play alive. He lost a couple of yards back to the 34.
Well, it's always tempting as a punt returner or a kickoff returner to try to break back and cut across the field. Unfortunately, though, if a team's worth their salt in kick coverage, there's usually going to be guys in those lanes.
Not everybody's Deshaun Watson. Even Deshaun Watson isn't always Deshaun Watson. Or excuse me, Deshaun Watson.
Oh, he just got a Bueller Dental Care scoreboard update from one of our listeners, Jason Johnson, taking a look at some of the baseball. Houston's one up on Boston right now.
I've not seen Double J in a while.
Yeah, wishing him well. Appreciate his listenership as always.
1st and 10 out of the eye. 2 tight end set on 1st down. Here goes Sam Elliott again. Breaks out of a tackle
He's
in
gone.
midfield. See ya! Sam Elliott, no flags. Touchdown, Crusaders.
He just made 65 yards look like it was nothing. Circle completely selling out to try to stop the run. And, somebody was texting me tonight saying, man, it looks like an 8-man game tonight. If that was the case, this would be one of those games if the Crusaders score again, it'd be done at halftime.
65 yards for Sam Elliott. That is his longest run of the year. Beats his previous of 60. Now we still have 10 minutes, fellas, to go in this half.
When did they do the running clock?
Second half only.
Jeff Neal on for another PAT. This is the definition of a pounding. 42-0. Holy cow. Crusaders all over the T-Birds here on senior night. Back after this on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
You need a piece of metal or an angle for a small project or a complete fabrication project done. Call us at Johnson Sheet Metal or stop by 512 South Main in Hutchinson. We know metal. This is Sarah Johnson, and my family has been in business for 99 years. With a huge stock of different sheets, shapes of steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum, Johnson Sheet Metal has what you need. We cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld to your specifications and can make your ag replacement panels too. Johnson Sheet Metal.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
42-0 as Bueller will get set to kick off here from their own 40. And it's a high kick to the 19, taken by the T-Birds near side, return to the 30. And near the 35 for Circle this time is Bonner Jeffries. Well, can the T-Birds get just their third first down of the night? They had 2 on their first series. They have not had one since.
Aaron, I've been watching Bueller football for probably close to 25 years. They have never looked better.
Oh, man, what a game. What a 3. But starting with the third quarter against Mac, it has been.
Well, and right now, guys, this is against a 5-2 team. This is not against a bad team.
From their own 35.
This is
and the pass complete.
Now, this is by far their best half of football.
That was
ever.
Landon Evans who caught the ball at the 38. It goes for 3. It'll be second down.
Well, this is against a team who handled El Dorado pretty good, who we had some troubles with.
Yeah, you talked about it, Aaron, just have continued to get better as the year went on.
All right, here's McGinnis throwing far side on second down. Looking to Jake Brown, incomplete. It'll be third down. Well, you asked me the record for PATs in a game. Jeffrey Neal has 6 tonight. The record is 8.
What's the record for most points in a half?
I will do some looking.
Well, it's kind of fitting that on senior night there's all sorts of records, individual records, career records, single game records getting broken tonight.
Here's McGinnis on 3rd and 7 out of the gun, scrambling to his left. And now he's going to be swallowed up behind the 30-yard line at the 27. And chased down for a second sack tonight. It'll be 4th down and long.
You know, broken is too kind a word, more like obliterated.
Hey, mark him down at the 29.
Jackson Childs with the quarterback sack there. It's at least his 2nd tackle for loss this evening.
Ross Heide and Dakota Wolf tied for the most PATs in a game with 8 all time.
You know, what's frightening is next week we're probably going to be playing a really bad Abilene team.
And they're having a rough season. Them and Great Bend both winless in the West. Here is the kick by Circle. The punt is going to be down at the 40-yard line.
Is down right at the 40-yard line.
And so Buhler will take over on offense with 8:43 to play here in the game.
You know,
in the first half.
I remember Buhler getting annihilated by Great Bend and then showing some horrible sportsmanship. I'd like to play Great Bend and give them a little payback with some good sportsmanship. Remember that game,
okay,
Chris?
Yes, going to have to wait a year because they'll be back on the regular season schedule starting next year.
Yeah, but yeah, Great Bend was pulling some stunts. That was pretty pathetic.
Out of the I formation, 2 tight ends on first down from their own 40 here in the second quarter, leading 42-0. They'll go to the ground game, and might be the shortest run of the night for Sam, just a yard to the 41. So you're talking about point records. I don't know about in a half. I can't tell you, I don't think we'll break the all-time scoring record tonight. In 1921, we beat Mount Ridge. We scored 109 points in a game.
There's a reason why that record is 100 years old, and wow. I'm just looking at, okay, so
the most recent high came in 2016 against this T-Bird team. Buhler scored 65. High formation on second down, inside carry again. And
well, Tanner
touched yard to
Tushton,
the 42.
Back-to-back carries where they are trying to tee off on him. I think Circle's just happy that Sam Elliott is not touching the ball.
How about this, fellas? This is their 7th series of the night. This will be their first try on 3rd down.
Wow. Well, and this game's going really slow. I mean, with all the scoring that's happening, like the Collegiate Andale game, it's already at half, and we still have over 7 minutes to go here in the second.
2nd and 3rd down and 8 make it with Brad out of the gun. Trips right, wants to throw. That's McCurdy right at the 50, the first down, and he'll be out of bounds, move the sticks. 2nd catch of the night for Brock McCurdy.
Good to see Bradley Neal getting back on track after last week's 4-10 game. Great sticks route that time as McCurdy set up shop right on the hook route, just beyond the line to gain, catches it and runs out of bounds, and the Crusaders have a first down in Circle T-Bird territory.
Well, the one thing about it, the second half is probably going to go by very quickly because of the running clock rule.
I'll have to look up. There was a game a week or 2 ago in southeast Kansas somewhere where the score was like 106-98. I don't remember the exact score, but it was bananas. 1st and 10 here. Buhler converting on 3rd down. Here's Sam up the middle, breaking through more tackles, gets to the 2nd level, and goes for 11 forward progress to the 36-yard line.
And Sam just making it look easy. I mean, and the O-line's doing a great job winning the battle in the trenches. I mean, he's not even getting a hand put on him until he's 5 yards up the field.
I was listening to an 8-man game driving back from Hill City a few years back, and it ended up being like 112 to 110 after about 7 overtimes.
That's a game that probably go to Saturday.
They were scoring quickly.
1st and 10 at the 36, 2 wings and a reverse. And up the middle. Who's got the ball across the 30 down to the 29. They flipped it to Tushchin, who flipped it to Colin Rowland. And he gets up the field across the 30 to the 29 for a gain of 7.
Well, I hope I didn't see what I thought I saw, but it almost looked like one of the Thunderbird kids went up and tried to stomp on his hand. I hope that's not the case.
Carson Moeller is going to check in at a wing back to the far side. Tanner Tushchin is the wing to the near side. Brad out of the gun and hands off to Sam. Up the middle to carry. Across the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. Another first down. Something we've seen the last 2 weeks. Coach talked a little bit about it for a couple of reasons. Number one, to kind of combat what the defenses are doing, but then number two, just throwing some wrinkles in so that teams can't key on one or two things, giving them some different looks.
Yeah, that double wing look with the two super backs is kind of to deal with the fact that Buhler does go a heavy in a quick side of the offensive line, so defenses really stun around and try to put their best part of their defenders right against our big side, and so going that double wing look makes it harder to defend one side or the other.
Well, this will be Buhler's longest series of the night. This is the 7th play. 1st and 10, and Sam trips as he gets across the line of scrimmage and rolls forward down to the 19-yard line. Buhler in 6 series, 6 touchdowns tonight, had not run more than 5 plays. That was their 7th on this drive.
Yeah, I was about to say, this feels like the most grinded out drive we've had tonight. It's a grand total of 7 plays, but Crusaders trying to kind of mercifully burn some clock here, take some time scoring.
2nd down and 5 out of the eye. Brad wants to throw, has a receiver near side 10, breaks out of a tackle. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Great job that time by Cameron Campbell. It was just a little hook route here on the near side. He got right in front of the defender, caught it, broke the tackle, and then took it to the house for 6. And the Crusaders continue to pile up the points and yardage tonight.
To see for Cameron Campbell. That is his first receiving touchdown of the year.
Well, he's had all those defensive touchdowns. They want to score him on the other side.
He has 2 defensively. 4:57 to go here before halftime. This will be PAT number 7 for Jeff. And so Jeff with that one is 1.
Oh, that was
no good.
That was good.
Yeah, rats. That's the first thing that's gone wrong tonight.
We need to go to the video monitors there, Tyler. I want to get your 2 cents.
So the PAT is no good. 48-0. 4:57 to go in the first half. Back after this on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buhler. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
HKFM.
And back here from Crusader Stadium as the kickoff is going to be returned up this near sideline all the way to the midfield. The ball comes out as the return man, Bonner Jeffries, gets into Buhler territory. He'll be out of bounds with the football. And
Jeffrey Neal, though, got a good shot. When your kicker can jar the ball loose, that always feels good. He's getting a lot of high fives from his teammates as he popped him there at the end of the play.
And a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Andover Central 6-1 as well is leading Arc City 14-0 with 11:53 to go in the first half.
Best field position of the night for the T-Birds at the Buhler 48-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:50 to go here in the half. Out of the gun, McGinnis. 2 receivers far side. And the handoff to the far side. And they call it no gain.
Yeah, Van Bruggen and Patton teaming up for the tackle as the right side of the defense comes to the rescue, making the backside tackle.
Look, that was Landon Evans, third different back that is carried tonight for Circle.
This is one of those nights that if you're Circle back, would you want to run against this Bueller D?
Second down and 10. And up the middle they go.
41 again, right up the middle.
This time Weston Rose on the carry.
Dalen Coffey in on the stop for the Crusaders. Clock continues to bleed. It'll go under 4 minutes by the time Circle gets the snap off.
Progress of a yard to the 47. And Bueller with a win tonight secures the top spot in the West out of the gun. 4 wide receivers, pressure off the edges, and the throw in dangerous territory. And intended for Jake Brown at the 35 of the far side, incomplete.
And a very heads-up, unselfish play made that time by Dalen Coffey. If he wanted to try to get a highlight reel hit, he could have just knocked Luke McInnes to the ground. It would have been maybe a little bit late. He pulled up at the last second and let McInnes get the ball off. Very smart play that time by Coffey.
All right, it'll be 4th down again. Peter Wamego, Andover Central, all coming in tonight. They're going to go for it. Picked off on 4th down. They try to fake the Crusaders, and it's picked off. Who got it?
Deontay Campbell with his second INT of the night. The Crusaders now plus 13 on the season. That is the 20th turnover forced by Bueller this season in 7.5 games.
That is the second interception tonight by Campbell. That is the 4th T-Bird turnover.
Wow.
And Bueller with 3:38 to go in the half. I'll have it from their own 46. Out of the I formation, 2 receivers far side on 1st down. Here's Elliott, and nothing there on 1st down. Give him a yard to the.
And a new fullback in there for Bueller, Levi Atherton. Seeing some fullback action here tonight. Also Mace McCabe out there wide out.
Give him a yard to the 37. I would be surprised if we see the starters in the second half.
Well, traditionally, what's usually etiquette, you can play them the first series, offense and defense, but then after that, start the rolling substitutions.
Muller and Eddie out wide to the far side. Brad to throw. Looking, wants to go for the kill shot to Matt Eddy. Matt catches it at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
Anytime is Eddie time. What a catch and what a throw by B-Rad.
Yep, that was a great throw as Eddie was able to beat the defender deep. And he had a couple of defenders that tried to make a play right at the end, but Eddie was able to break loose to get a receiving touchdown tonight as Bueller getting ready to hang the double nickel here on the Circle T-Birds.
Aaron, don't you know euthanasia is against the law?
63. Yes, sir. 63 yards.
The kill shot was taken in the first quarter.
Oh, man. What a beautiful ball to Matt Eddy. The extra point is good. Now Jeff is one away from the record. 2:52 to play in a half. Bueller 55, Circle nothing. Here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
An alarming number of Kansas preteens admit to drinking alcohol in the last 2 weeks, which makes it urgent for caring adults to find every opportunity to talk to their kids about the dangers of underage drinking. Research shows when youth have multiple conversations with adults about avoiding alcohol and other drugs, they listen. Underage drinking lowers inhibition and increases the chance of risky, regrettable behaviors. Find tips on what to say at riseupreno.org or on Facebook at Rise Up Reno Prevention Network.
Just like Hutch has been synonymous with salt dating back to its discovery here in 1887, Cargill is synonymous with salt. Cargill Salt of Hutch, proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
HKFM.
Well, Brad Neal now has thrown touchdown passes of 32. 11 and 63 yards.
Yeah, statistically, it's going to be a fun night to look at the numbers here at the half.
Check that. That was a 68-yarder to Tanner Tustin that he threw for that first touchdown as Bueller will kick it off. McCormick on the return. And Circle will have the ball back here with 2:51 to go. So, yeah, 68 yards to Tustin, 11 to McCurdy. And then 63 to Eddie. Also the 19-yard pass to Campbell, plus the 3 Elliott touchdowns, all in the first half.
This is the way it's gone for Circle tonight. That ball was kicked. It was going out of bounds, and the Circle kid downed it before it went out of bounds. They would have got a lot better field position.
From their own 15. 2:51 to go in the game. Out of the gun, Luke McGinnis snaps his hands, takes the ball, throws near side, caught at the 20, and then driven back as the receiver.
Nice job in coverage that time. The high safety, Cody Wisecarver, coming up with the stick.
I believe Jake Brown caught the pass. 5 yards to the 20. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from there.
Well, if you're a D-back, you got to be licking your chops, because what is Circle going to do? They are going to try to put it upstairs every chance you get, so don't be surprised if the Crusaders don't have a couple more picks tonight.
McGinnis again, out of the gun, scrambling under pressure. Steps up, throws, and it's picked off again. Far side return across the 15 to the 13-yard line.
Chris, are you psychic?
Just call me Shankstradamus.
And who is that got that? I see him.
It's Tanner Tustin, Mike linebacker, getting the pick.
The 2-1, Tanner Tustin.
If this game,
the INT.
If this game keeps going the way it is the second half, Colton and I might as well go put on some pads and go play.
I'm afraid that you would get hurt.
Me? Never.
Yes.
Never.
Well, remember Billy Tubbs at Oklahoma? You said, let's go out and hang half 100 on them in the first half and have some fun in the second.
2:09 to play here before halftime now. Bueller has got it from the Circle 14-yard line.
Now plus 14 on turnovers, 21st turnover of the year for Bueller.
Out of the I formation, run up the middle to the 5.
Let's see who that was. It might have been Mace McCabe, guys. It was a single-digit number.
Is it Atherton, the fullback?
Yeah, I'm trying hard to see.
Mace's just now coming in.
Okay, gotcha. So that was Atherton. So nice hard run up the gut. 9-yard carry on first down for the senior fullback.
This has got to be some type of record, or at least high in the record books.
Well, we're on a pace to beat the 109.
Yeah, of the first half score.
We are.
120.
It'll be 2nd down and 1 here. They give it to the fullback again to the goal line. Is he in or is he down? Touchdown, Crusaders.
And that was Levi Atherton just slicing and dicing upfield on the fullback dive. So good to see that young man getting the TD as the Crusaders crossed the 60-point mark in the first half.
First touchdown carry of the year for Levi. I just got asked by my wife if she'd like us for her to fill time in the second half.
We can come get a Plum Creek update.
If it was 8-man, it'd be over at halftime.
It would be. What a domination. This to tie the record for Jeff. Boy, they took that one away from him, or this would be the record.
That's good.
So that is his 8th of the night. That is tied with Dakota Wolf and Ross Heide for most in a game all time. 1:25 left here before halftime. Bueller 62, Circle nothing on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Hi, this is Robin Swanson.
You better get the...
I am a candidate for the USD 313 Bueller School Board. For the past 11 years, I have had a passion for helping in the schools and district. I have served on many PTOs, holding officer positions and leading multiple committees. Throughout those years, I have had 4 children in the district, and my youngest son is currently a freshman at BHS. I am running because I want to continue to serve our community and help make our district as successful as possible. On November 2nd, vote for Robin Swanson. Thank you.
Paid for by Robin Swanson.
This is Derek Fees with APAC Kansas Shears Division. You know we do big projects, but we also want you to know we can help you with parking lots, driveways, and other projects at your home or business. Asphalt or concrete, we're here to help. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
HKFM.
Well, I have thrown my challenge flag And we have gone back to New York for a review on that PAT.
I told you.
And our official reviewer, Wendy Neal, says it's good.
No bias there.
Here's the kickoff to the 5, taken near side 20, 25, and down to the 26-yard line. Mace McCabe in on the tackle. And the return there by Bonner Jeffries.
And another Bueller Dental Care scoreboard update. Wamego is leading Abilene at half right now, 31-0.
Slackers.
If Abilene loses and we win, which it is trending that way, it'll be Abilene at Bueller next Friday night. 1st and 10, circle from their own 26-yard line. 1:16 to play before halftime, and a run near side. That might be the biggest run of the night for Circle. Taken to the 35-yard line.
Patton and McCurdy team up for the tackle.
Cannon McCormick. It's a gain of 4.
Well, I tell you what, some people say blowouts aren't fun, but this has been a fun game to watch, fun game to call, and it's going to be a fun second half, getting to see a lot of the reserves getting some varsity time.
So a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2, and here is McCormick again near the first down stick and then push back. I think they'll give it to him up to the 36-yard line, and a gain of 1.
You know, for the folks driving back to Towanda, the good news is a game like this is easier to take than losing a heartbreaking 1-point loss.
You know, the tough thing for Circle is you look on the other side, they've had one of the better road crowds we've had this year.
Yeah, they've got a great crowd. They were really thinking this might be the year for them to come to Bueller and get the win. And this is a team, guys, that's going to be at home next Friday, first round of the playoffs, because of their good record.
Out of the gun, 18 seconds on the clock here in the first half. And no gain on the near side. Brock McCurdy comes diving in to assist on the tackle there. Well, this for me helps erase a little bit of, I don't know about you, T-Money, but should go back to the regional baseball final last spring.
Yeah, that's still a tough pill to swallow, but I'm sure that all of the senior baseball players feel so good about this right now. I mean, 5-2 team, and you're winning 62-0.
Okay, I got Coach. Okay, Coach. Was that the perfect first half?
What a first half by the kids. They came out ready to go. I mean, I was expecting a dogfight the entire game. You look at the scores of them and Mulvane, it was a 2-touchdown game, and our kids just came out, executed. Defense was swarming, all the turnovers we created, and just very, very pleased with our team.
All right, first half comments from head coach Steve Warner. 62-0 at the half.
I feel like also the first half, it's the Super Bowl. We got to get our kids ready for the future, and they won't play very much in the second half, obviously. But again, first half, it's going as hard as we can and getting everything we can.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, the comments from Coach Warner. 4 touchdown throws, 4 touchdown runs, 8 touchdowns, right? Or 9? How many do we have?
I'm not good at math.
9 touchdowns.
Wow.
There you go.
Great
what
first
night.
half.
So is that 5 throws and 4 runs, and it's 62-0 here at halftime. Well, our championship-winning marching band will be taking the field here at halftime, and of course they'll be headed to the KBA, the Big Kansas Bandmasters Association event in Lawrence next weekend. And good luck to Director Eric Stanbaugh and his kids. And a lot to talk about here at halftime. Head tennis coach Matt Babcock is going to join us, coming off a 4th place effort at state. And a solid effort for his kids. We'll talk about what's happening elsewhere in Crusader Athletics. And I believe we have our seeding for postseason soccer. We'll mention that as well coming up. Our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is next. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Stay tuned for tonight's Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, serving Central Kansas since 1886. Coming up, an in-depth look at Crusader athletics and activities with This Week in Crusader Sports.
Prairie Bank of Kansas is a local bank with local concerns. You'll find us in the heart of the community, helping wherever we're needed. We enjoy working with local schools to help promote activities like sports and extracurricular learning. We hope you support these valuable activities too. We'll be right here with you. Visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson, or check us out online at prairiebankks.com. Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
Steve here from Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Routine maintenance of your car ensures that it will deliver the performance that you need and expect. Make sure your vehicle is ready for that next road trip by scheduling a visit today. The better you take care of your car, the better it will take care of you. Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. We're here when you need us.
Fall favorites are back at Jackson Meat, just in time for the cool fall air. Be sure to try our new caramel dips, peach jam, and gourmet popcorn. Pair these fall favorites with our fresh meats for a one-stop shopping experience. Shop locally with us at Jackson Meat in Hutchinson.
And back here at halftime, joined by head tennis coach Matt Babcock as we reflect on the season. The Lady Crusaders with a solid season, coach, and some good results. You took 3 entries to state, and all 3 made it to day 2. So some exciting stuff there for you.
Yeah, was really thrilled with how all the girls played. We were kind of talking about it off air that even our, Kendall Burney, our one varsity girl who didn't make it to state, was knocked out at regionals by the girl who ended up getting 5th at state. So just kind of an unfortunate draw there. But no, we had a great year. We took first in 4 tournaments and second place in 3 other tournaments. Our lowest finish was 3rd at regionals, and then we're able to take 4th at state, just 3 points out of 2nd and 3rd. So pretty successful year for us.
It's kind of exciting to follow along. I know that your girls, to make it to day 2 at state, had to play in some pretty big matches early on there and had some big quarterfinal showdowns just to move on, and exciting to see them have success there.
Yeah, the only Casey Lale and Kayla Babcock are the only girls that had any state experience whatsoever coming into this. So to have all 5 of those girls be state medalists and make it to day 2. Casey was 6th at state, knocked off McPherson's #1 singles girl who won our regional pretty easily, had beaten Casey at regional 6-2, 6-2. And then Casey knocked her off at state on the backside of the draw. Kayla and Olivia, 6th in doubles also. And then of course, Tegan and Kaylee, 11th, and had a great year for us too. So I thought we played really well on day 2 to put ourselves in position to maybe still snag a trophy, but just didn't quite get it.
Does that speak in a lot of cases to how tight, the competition is there at the top? You talked about, one winning in regionals, the other one comes back and wins at the state tournament. That top competition seems to be pretty tight, pretty competitive.
Yeah, and especially our regional, I don't think too many people would argue it was the deepest one in state this year, because we had 5 of our 6 girls from our regional all finished in the top 12. So we had almost half of the state medalists came out of our little regional. And in doubles, all 4 of our top 4 doubles teams also medaled at state. I think it was really deep and tight. But I think that's what helps us when we get to state, is we play a tough regular season schedule, and our regional's tough. So hopefully when we get to state, we've already kind of seen that level and are ready to play in it.
Sure. You graduate your 2 top singles players. So obviously you'll lose Casey and Kendall, but seems like that 4 years goes really fast. But I know you'll be a senior dad next year, so it goes quickly.
And just great kids. So it's tough to watch Kendall and Casey go. I've actually been working with both those girls since they were in 5th and 6th grade also, with summer tennis and stuff. So it's almost like, having a couple of daughters graduate, and really proud of them. And I know they're going to do great things going forward. And next year will be especially weird with Kayla being a senior and experiencing all those things. So, but no, it's a lot of fun, and it's pretty rewarding to work with the quality of kids that we have here. So
very cool, Coach. Well, congratulations as always on the success, and look forward to catching up with you again in the spring when we get the guys out there on the court. So thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you. That is Coach Babcock talking Bueller tennis, and we'll be back with more right after this.
You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll bring you analysis and break down the numbers from tonight's game. Stream HKFM right to your phone with the Ad Astra radio app. Your home for Crusader football, HKFM.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
From the minute you walk into Dr. Ediger's office, it's very cozy and warm. The gals that work there are just super sweet and super kind and really make an effort to get to know you and ask about you and your family. So they've definitely built relationships with their customers at Dr. Ediger's.
Hi, this is Dr. Corey Ediger, inviting you and your family to call me at 663-9136. That's 663-9136. Or stop by my office on East 30th to make an appointment today at Ediger Family Dental.
Where patients come first.
1947. It was the year the Mackenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. Mackenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At Mackenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back here at halftime. Give you a little sound of our Bueller High School award-winning marching band performing here at halftime tonight. As we mentioned, they'll be headed to the KBAs coming up here in 1 week, next Saturday at Lawrence. Well, the 4 touchdown passes for Brad Neal in the first half tonight for Bradley. Those are passes 10, 11, 12, and 13 on the season. 68 yards to Tanner Tustin was the forced score of the night, then 11 to Brock McCurdy. Also had a 19-yard pass to Cameron Campbell and a 63-yard strike over the middle to Matt Eddy. 5 rushing touchdowns, 4 in the first half for Sam Elliott, and then 1 right there before halftime, a 5-yarder for Levi Atherton. Jeff Neal, 8 of 9 on PATs in the first half, ties the all-time record previously set by Ross Heide and Dakota Wolf for most PATs in a game. And Christopher, that is just about as dominant as you can be in the first half of football.
I know Dad was talking about it earlier that, just such a complete half put together by the Crusaders, not just on defense, not just on offense, on special teams, turning circle over 5 times. I mean, this is just a recipe for success, mixing it up through the air and on the ground. And, this looks like a team that could win a state championship right here.
Well, they win tonight, they'll be guaranteed home games as long as they keep winning through the first 4 rounds. And that would lead up to the state title game this Saturday after Thanksgiving. 62-0 here at halftime. And a look at our first half numbers. Brought to you by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs. Proudly serving businesses in Kansas for the past 70 years. Online at adamsbrown.cpa.com.
Great numbers tonight for the Crusaders. These are the kind of numbers you look at the end of a game of a blowout, not necessarily at the half. Bueller with 448 yards of total offense at the half. Circle with just 38. So Bueller with over 400 yards advantaged in total offense tonight. Through the air tonight, a very efficient and effective night for Bradley Neal. He is 5 of 6 for 172 yards. 4 of his 5 passes have gone for 6. For Circle, Luke McGinnis, he's 5 of 12, which is an efficient night, but just for 38 yards. And of his 12 attempts, 3 of those have gone for picks. on the ground, a massive advantage for the Crusaders as well, as they have 23 carries for 276 yards. Circle right now held to 0 yards rushing on 18 carries. Taking a look at the individual statistics for the Crusaders. Actually, we don't have all those yet, so but another big dominating area of the evening tonight, Buhler with 19 first downs, Circle with just a mere 3.
And talking about records, 4 touchdown passes in a game. That ties Jason Davis and Colton Goins for the most all-time in a game with 4. And then Brad's 31 now in his career move him into a tie for second place all-time with Chandler Schatz again at 31. Big Tub, of course, has the record. He holds every passing record imaginable, Jace Williams does, and he has the record with 48. It's going to be tough to get to 48, but, you know, they could potentially play 5 more games, so you never know.
No doubt. Well, this is just one of those fun nights, a great chance to celebrate all that is Buhler. You know, the football team's rolling, the band's playing well, and, yeah, a senior night and a beautiful evening for football
I get
here.
to sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah, lucky dog. I get to be in Hayesville, America tomorrow bright and early.
All right, more of our halftime are This Week in Crusader Sports next on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Find Prairie Bank of Kansas online at prairiebankks.com. The Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report continues with tonight's This Week in Crusader Sports. Follow our Crusader football coverage on the sports page at adastraradio.com.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. October is a fun time at your 30th Street Daylight Donuts. Pumpkin spice, apple spice, and all your favorite fall flavor donuts are here. Daylight Donuts are always a perfect way to celebrate or say thank you. Order ahead for bigger orders and we'll have it all boxed up and ready to go. In fact, you can place your order right now at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. Happy fall, y'all, from your 30th Street Daylight Donuts.
Hi, this is Buhler head football coach Steve Warner. If you'd like to stay connected with what's going on within our program, I'd like to invite you to sign up for the Buhler Football Weekly Roundtable. It's a newsletter emailed weekly to Buhler High School football supporters. To sign up for the Football Weekly Roundtable, just send an email to crusadersrt@gmail.com. That's crusadersrt@gmail.com.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
As we head into fall, it's time to start thinking about all our favorite tailgating and game day foods. At Yoder Meats, we want to help, and we've got all the right products to make any meat-eating experience great. Ribs, pork butt, brisket, multiple sausage and brat flavors, rolled and tied chuck roast, and so much more. Stop by your favorite Yoder Meats location today to pick out your next fall event's main meat course. Follow us on Facebook for all the latest information and specials. Taste the old-fashioned flavor at Yoder Meats in Yoder and 3 locations in Wichita.
Well, Aaron West back here at halftime at Crusader Stadium. A look at our This Week in Crusader Sports. Buhler Cross Country is set to host one of 4 4A regionals on Saturday at Prairie Ridge Cross Country Park. At League last week, the Varsity boys captured their 4th straight league title, while the girls earned a runner-up finish. 3 teams will qualify for state out of Saturday's regional. The girls race at 10 a.m. and the boys at 10:40. Buhler Volleyball travels to McPherson Saturday for sub-state play. The Lady Crusaders face Wellington in a play-in match at 1 p.m., with the winner moving on to face host McPherson. Buhler Soccer wrapped up its regular season with a senior night match against Berean Academy last night at Crusader Stadium. The Crusaders finished the 2021 campaign, winning 5 of their final 6. Regional assignments are set to be announced on Saturday. Buhler Tennis battled through some tough competition last weekend to earn a 4th-place finish at 4A State. All 3 Crusader entries made it to Day 2 play. On the doubles side, Caleb Babcock and Olivia Frederick upset the top-seeded team from Topeka Hayden to earn an eventual 6th-place finish, while Kaylee Hamby and Tegan Nickel finished 11th. In singles play, Casey Leal claimed 6th place in her final high school tournament. Bueller Golf just missed the Day 2 cut at the 4A State Golf Tournament held this past Monday and Tuesday in Salina. As a team, the Crusaders shot a 401 to place 8th. Individually, both Callie and Marley Cooper were able to advance on. Sophomore Marley Cooper's 195 landed her 27th in the final standings. Senior Callie Cooper found herself in a three-way tie for first heading into Tuesday's final round. Her 85 on Day 2 earned an outstanding third-place finish. The Bueller High School Marching Band competed last Saturday at the Shawnee Mission Marching Festival. In addition to taking overall first place, the Crusaders won the visual, music, and drum major captions. The band has a weekend off before competing at the KBA next Saturday in Lawrence. Well, following tonight's Week 8 football action, brackets will be set for the state playoffs, which begin next Friday. Win or lose, Bueller is guaranteed to host a first-round game next Friday night here at Crusader Stadium. More of our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report coming up, including a look at other scores, on the way next on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
This has been the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, serving Central Kansas since 1886. Join Aaron West and Chris Shank every Friday night for Bueller Crusader football. The second half kickoff is coming up next on HKFM.
Neufield's Flooring, your experts in design and installation of carpet, tile, wood, and vinyl floor covering. Proudly sponsoring Bueller High School activities, Neufield's Flooring in downtown Bueller.
Hi, this is Robin Swanson. I am a candidate for the USD 313 Bueller School Board. For the past 11 years, I have had a passion for helping in the schools and district. I have served on many PTOs, holding officer positions and leading multiple committees. Throughout those years, I have had 4 children in the district, and my youngest son is currently a freshman at BHS. I am running because I want to continue to serve our community and help make our district as successful as possible. On November 2nd, vote for Robin Swanson. Thank you.
Paid for by Robin Swanson.
An alarming number of Kansas preteens admit to drinking alcohol in the last 2 weeks, which makes it urgent for caring adults to find every opportunity to talk to their kids about the dangers of underage drinking. Research shows when youth have multiple conversations with adults about avoiding alcohol and other drugs, they listen. Underage drinking lowers inhibition and increases the chance of risky, regrettable behaviors. Find tips on what to say at riseupreno.org or on Facebook at Rise Up Reno Prevention Network.
With Progressive, Wade Patton Insurance will make shopping for car insurance simple. Progressive leads the way when it comes to available discounts, claim forgiveness, and customer service. We're excited to discuss how their innovative Snapshot program can potentially give you up to 30% off your premium. Progressive also is very competitive on motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance with benefits like disappearing deductibles. Wade Patton Insurance is your local Progressive insurance agency. Call us today at 662-5469 or stop in at 527 North Main for a no-stress, no-obligation quote.
HKFM.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back here at halftime. As we take a peek at our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard. Updates tonight brought to you by Bueller Dental Care, from regular teeth cleanings to advanced periodontal work. Your hometown dentist, Bueller Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. What do you got on the network there, Christopher?
Okay, so we'll try to get you as many as we can at half. We talked about that big game going on down south on the AdAst Radio app. Kingman shutting out Chaparral at the half, 31-0. Also on the AdAst Radio app at the half, it is Stafford leading Central Christian 42-22. Lucky kid with that call. Marion is trailing Lions at the half, 7-0. Last score we have out of Joel H. Weens Stadium in Hillsboro, the Trojans blanking Trinity Catholic 48-0.
All right, some other halftime scores. Garden Plain leading Bluestem 56-0. El Dorado over Winfield 12-7.
I've had lots of people stopping by the booth asking about the Teutons. Last score we have in the second quarter, they are beating Smith Center 16-8 just up the road.
They allowed 8 points.
That'll be a big win. Just saw end of third now. Andale leading Collegiate 22-0. Halstead over Wichita Trinity Academy 22-7. Halftime Heston 53, Clearwater 13. Mulvane and Wellington now tied at the half at 20 apiece. So how about the Wellington Crusaders coming back and playing tough? That's a big game. If Mulvane loses and Mac beats Augusta, then Mac would jump back up ahead of both of those teams to the number 4 spots.
And that's a great segue. The score we have from Hillier Stadium down in Augusta. McPherson now on top of Augusta at the half, 35-14. So it looks like Mac is going to move their way back into our side of the bracket, fellas.
Derby leading. Of course, if Mulvane holds on and wins, they would still hold on to that 4-speed. Derby leading May South 52-0 at the half. It is Canton Galva 54, Lincoln 0. Chris gave you the Stanford Central Christian score. Garden City 28, Great Bend 0 at halftime. McPherson 35, Augusta 14, as you heard. So big comeback night for the Pups tonight. Hayes High was leading Wichita Northwest 33-27. Holcomb leading Hugoton out west 33-14. Pratt 30, Nickerson 12. Southeast of Saline had to travel all the way to Scott City tonight to play a district game, and the Trojans are beating the Beavers at halftime 30-0.
Yeah, this Southeast Saline team probably one of the best in school history.
Andover Central 21, Arc City 0 at halftime. Wamego at half leading Abilene 31-0. Those are just a few of the halftime scores we have in this evening in our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard.
And I took a trip to the review booth all the way down to the Bueller High School Crusaders student section about 1,000 miles from here. It was missed. They had a better angle than we did.
The
it was
PAT
wide left.
Was no good. Wide left.
Okay, so you can call me a homer, fellas. You can call me Bob Davis now, Aaron.
Hey.
I could have sworn that was good.
I miss Bob Davis. He is, one of a kind, Bob is. Of course, cut his teeth covering the Hayes High Indians. As a lot of our college announcers have those local ties. I know that Wyatt Thompson does.
Yep.
As does Mike Kennedy. All right.
A score of interest, Bishop BH losing again to St. James Academy.
That was the team that beat them last year.
They are not the Miege team of the past, fellas. I will say that. Taken at the 15 by the Crusaders as we start the second half. And return to the 21-yard line.
I believe that was, Matthew Eddy fielding that kickoff.
So we might empty the sideline here in the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to start calling some of these other guys' names as we got the second string O-line out there.
Hitter from their own 22. I'll try to get you a few of these numbers as we go along. Marcus Voss is in at a receiver now. Here's a pitch near side and a carry to the 25 and then upended, and a flag will come out.
Gavin Patton lucky his head's still attached.
Gavin Patton has been the second string JV running back all year, although I would not expect him. He is now the starting two-tech. I would not expect him in a ton.
Yeah, they have kept him out of the last couple JV games and given Jay Spencer the lion's share of the carries down there. He didn't even travel with the team to Andale on Monday, but good to see Gavin pop up so quick after that big face mask.
And this is a running clock right now for the whole second half.
Second penalty of the night on the Circle Thunderbirds, and that'll move the ball forward with the penalty to the 42-yard line. So it ends up as a gain of 20.
Yeah, you got to hope Circle doesn't take a bunch of cheap shots.
Here's Atherton on the carry, breaks a couple of tackles on first down. The fullback across the 50, and they'll get him right close to the first down stick at the Circle 48. So Levi Atherton, who scored the last of 9 first-half touchdowns, gets the carry here.
Yeah, his yards per carry are going through the roof after these good carries to close out the first half and that good one here to open the second.
Bryce Ruda, junior split end, is checked into the ball game here on the near side. Out of the I formation, Jeffrey Neal, the new quarterback, turns around, hands it off to his tailback. Patton bouncing to the outside at the 45, lowers his shoulder and slings his way forward to the 41-yard line. A good gain of 7 there on the carry for Gavin.
And a nice downfield block thrown by Blake Hageman here on the near side.
Coach Warner has said all year that Gavin Patton for a lot of teams would be their starting tailback.
Yeah, I mean, he has the fortune or misfortune of playing on the same team as Sam Elliott, but no, Gavin the tailback position will be in good hands in Gavin's next year.
2nd down and 3, 2 wideouts to the far side. Here is Patton bouncing to that right side. Back up the middle now across the 30. Has a big run for a first down. And up to the 28-yard line. Block out there for Caden Price, sophomore tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 28.
Yeah, Buehler going off tackle that time to the right, and nice run there by Patton. And I tell you what, you always want the offense, Tyler, to start off the second half with some momentum in the second string. The JV doing a great job just cutting up this circle first string defense.
Yeah, they're still even definitely tearing it up. Varsity circle defense.
Longest run of the year for Gavin at 13 yards. 1st and 10. They'll go back up the middle and across the 25 to the 24-yard line. It's the fullback again, the senior Levi Atherton on the carry. And he picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
I've got parents texting me what the all-time scoring record is for the Crusaders. We talked about it. What?
109.
109.
Blake Hageman.
62 points in the first half is on a pace to beat that, but not with running clock.
Blake Hageman in there. Here's Marcus Voss on a carry now. Bounces to the far side across the 20 and down to the 18. And that'll be close to another 1st down and 10. Another Crusader, Logan Briner, checking into the game, a split end.
Yeah, they're moving the chains.
And continuing to cycle through different Crusaders. Alex Lee out there on the O-line for Buehler.
In the red zone at the 18.
1st and 10 Crusaders looking for their 10th touchdown of the night. They'll pitch it to Voss. Marcus, good block on the edge there by Levi Atherton. Circled defensively, able to recover. And a pull down Marcus at the 16 in a gain of 2.
Yeah, nice tackle made in space that time by Circle's number 40, which we don't have on the roster.
That is Tavian Gilliam into the ballgame now for Buehler. 40 is Weston Rose. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from this near hash mark, right to left. Voss trying to bounce to the outside. Powers his way and then gets clotheslined at the 11-yard line. Miles Dillman in. Has a chance to play next year for this offensive line. We'll see. Also, Austin Rogers in the game. So it'll be 3rd down and 3.
About to say Rogers, one of the JV stalwarts.
Out of the I formation, 3rd down and 3. Jeff takes the handoff. Marcus Voss to the 5, inside the 5. 1st down, still on his feet, and down to the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, it's pretty amazing to watch the JV just go, because a lot of times, guys, when a JV will come into a game, the other team will really pick up their energy and their effort because, okay, the first string couldn't do it or was having their will with us. We're going to try to stuff this JV. I mean, these circle guys, I mean, it seems like they're still trying to play hard. I mean, Buehler just is bringing it.
Luca Gotti in on that last play for the Crusaders. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Out of the eye, Jeff will hand it off. Marcus Voss to the goal line, waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Crusaders!
Great to see the senior Voss get what I believe is his first career touchdown in varsity play as a Crusader.
I don't know that Marcus did not have a carry coming into the game tonight this season. And now Jeffrey Neal. Let's see, for a chance to break the all-time single game record for most PATs. He's tied with Ross Heide and Dakota Wolf at 8. He missed one earlier. 8 of 9 tonight. Hold is down, kick is up. And there's the record. Number 9, excuse me, for Jeffrey Neal. 6:08 to play in the 3rd. Buehler 69 and Circle nothing on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
There is always something great happening at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hutch. From factory order inventory specials, parts and service weekly specials, and don't forget Ladies Day every Tuesday. Ladies get an oil and filter change, tire rotation, multi-point inspection, and top it off with your car wash to get you on your way. All for $29 plus tax. Allen Samuels has you covered. Come visit us on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine, or visit us online at allensamuelshutch.com. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
From their beginnings in 1989, Wifco Steel Products has grown to be the premier supplier of storage tank hardware in the U.S. and Canada, and they're still growing. Apply today at wifcosp.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
And back here at 10 play, 78-yard drive by the JV offense. And Marcus Voss caps it off with a 3-yard touchdown run for the Crusaders, who now lead it 69-0. They've scored on every drive tonight. Jeffrey Neal will kick it short to the 25, picked up off the turf there. Return near side for Circle by Jacob Garby, and forward progress to near the 34-yard line.
Austin Rogers in on the special teams tackle for the Crusaders.
Running clock here in the second half, 5:53 to go in the third. And the T-Birds will start from their own 34.
So second string defense out there. We'll try to call these young men's names as they make tackles tonight. D-line right now.
Yeah, Weiscarver and McCurdy went out there, the starting safeties, like they were going to play, and they promptly got called back to the sideline.
I think that's one of those where they're playing dumb, trying to be like, oh, I didn't know we were coming out.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff Weston Rose on the carry. And not much there. Circle had a new quarterback in on that series.
Yeah, bringing in Cooper Chadwell, so they're going to sit Luke McGinnis for the rest of the night. Don't want to get him hurt as they still have a chance to do something here in the playoffs, believe it or not.
So Connor Chadwell is the new quarterback, 5'11", 142, a sophomore. He'll be out of the gun. No gain on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And 4 wide receivers. Chadwell hit as he throws into traffic and overthrown at the 40.
And they're going to get Gotti with the pass interference.
And they call a flag. You know, my only argument to that was I'm not sure the ball was catchable.
Yes.
This is going to be Circle's biggest play of the game, and it was off of a penalty.
Yeah. And when's the last time Circle was on their side of the 50 or our side of the 50?
Their first possession.
Wow. Luca Gotti, Austin Rogers, Mason McCabe now in that secondary. Brock Ellis out there defensively, as is Carson Moeller. Levi Atherton. Pass interference on the defense. That'll be Bueller's 3rd penalty of the night, first of the second half. And it's going to move the ball to the Circle 49-yard line.
They're still not on the side of the field.
No.
3:49 to go in the third. Out of the gun. Chadwell scrambling, being chased. Throws, has a man caught at the 45 across the 40. And that is the tight end over there on the far side with the catch, Drew Berryman.
Yeah, Jay Spencer in on the tackle there for the Crusaders. And so Circle with some of their first offensive outputs of the evening.
Down to the 38, 1st and 10. They have not scored tonight. They'll go with 4 receivers. And Chadwell out of the gun. Rush up the middle. Throw caught by Rose. And then he is sandwiched and wrestled to the turf by Carson Moeller. Just inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
Yeah, it was Alex Lee and Brock Ellis had the bigger contact than any Circle player felt, as I think they hit each other first before even Rose got touched.
And let's see if the defense can hold them here, because it is very important for both squads, the varsity and JV, to be able to shut out a team together.
2nd down and 6 from the 34. Trips left on 2nd down. Here's a carry up the middle. 1st down as they get across the 30 and up to the 26-ish. Weston Rose. And that'll move the sticks. Mark him down at the 26, 1st and 10.
Johnny Arizmendi in on the stop for the Crusaders, big number 57, one of the 22 seniors on the Buhler roster this year.
On a night, senior night here to honor all of our seniors. Final tune-up before the playoffs begin next Friday. 1st and 10 at the 26. Out of the shotgun is Connor Chadwell with Rose to his left, Trips left. And play action, and Buhler blows it up, and Chadwell is going to be sacked back at the 40-yard line. Atherton was there and one other.
Jace Spencer, the other Crusader, in on the quarterback sack, and Circle's going to burn a timeout, I believe, to try to dial up something here with 2nd and long.
All right, back at the 39, and we'll be back right after this timeout. 1:38 left in the quarter, 69-0 Buhler on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buhler. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member-owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
HKFM.
Well, back here at Crusader Stadium on a 2nd down and 22, a loss of 13 on that sack. $1:38 to go in the 3rd. The ball at the 39-yard line. And Chadwell out of the gun, trips left, single receiver to the right. Looks over the middle, and it's picked off by Carson Moeller at the 35-40, returns it 45-50 to the middle of the field at the 40. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Crusaders!
What a pick, but unfortunately, I think it's coming back.
Is there a flag down on the play? Back at about the well, now the question is, did it come after the pick?
I believe it's going to be a block in the back on the Crusaders. So Moeller's INT will not get wiped off the board, I don't believe. But the unfortunate thing is it takes away his pick 6.
Carson Moeller is also a member of our Crusader Sports Network team. He'll be back with us in the basketball season this year.
I know. Oh, my heart breaks for him because that was such a nice.
Illegal block in the back. Defense, the return team, number 58.
It was on Buhler, so that will negate the touchdown. It did come after the INT, so Buhler will keep the ball here. So Carson's interception will stand. The Buhler faithful here wanted the touchdown.
Yeah, because, man, it was because it was one of those pick 6s that he had to work. He had to bob and weave and cut, and it wasn't one of those where it was just an open field in front of him. I mean, he really had to work his way up the field. So
that's that Wellington blood in him right there.
He would have got the touchdown without the block in the back.
Yes.
It didn't contribute to the score.
Yep. Rats.
So Buhler has it back. 1:22 to go in the 3rd after the INT with the penalty. They'll be at their own 27.
Jay Spencer
breaking a tackle to the far side across the 40 and up to the 42. Mark, we're going to let you do the rest of the game. He has some doozies. Have you ever heard some of his jokes?
I have.
Oh, goodness. 1st and 10, Buhler after a nice run by Jay Spencer. Out of the eye, they'll put to receiver in motion right to left. It's going to be quarterback keeper. And the option by Jeffrey Neal, who now cuts back to the middle at the 50, 45, 40, 35, down to the 30. He'll be rushing. No, he won't be. Still on his feet at the 20, 10, puts the shoulder down inside the 5.
And a great downfield block thrown there by Ty Gones, but what a run by Jeffrey Neal. He's done a great job in the JV games running the option, and That time slices and dices the circle defense for a big gain.
53 yards.
And that's something we haven't seen with this varsity offense, too, is just the nice 15 to 16 counter options.
Jeffrey, he's a hard to bring down kid. He's not small.
No doubt. I would not want to have to be tasked with tackling him, but that will end the quarter.
He's gassed.
Zeros on the scoreboard as we go to the end of the third. Bueller, though, on the score side of things, dominating here, 69-0. Back in the red zone when we come back on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Disaster strikes your home or business. Call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration. Hi, this is Robin Swanson. My husband Ryan and I and our team at Phoenix Restoration are proud to be Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. When the unthinkable hits your home or business, we are here to help. We'll put our 10+ years of experience to work to help you recover. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. Phoenix Restoration will help you rise again after your disaster.
Just like Hutch has been synonymous with salt dating back to its discovery here in 1887, Cargill is synonymous with salt. Cargill Salt of Hutch, proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
Well, we've seen in the second half some of the guys that'll be key contributors next year. Jeffrey Neal on that last run, who will factor into the quarterback position.
It's going to be one of those nights Mr. Neal's going to remember after breaking the school kicking record and then that nice run on the last option.
And, guys, I want to give credit to Caden Warner real quick. He's down on the field, part of our CSN crew. He's down on the field getting footage for us.
All right, good stuff. I feel like Boomer Chris Berman on that play, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. It cannot be brought down. First and goal at the 5. Jeff under center out of the I formation. And a pitch play to Carson Moeller to the far side. Well, Carson didn't get his defensive touchdown, so they put him in at tailback, and the old pitch play goes for 6.
Well, glad to see him reward Carson because, you know, he was nobody more disappointed than him on that INT pick 6 getting wiped off the board, so they plug him in at tailback, and he takes it around the left end for the touchdown tonight as the Crusaders continue to pour it on.
You know, we teased him last basketball season that he was going to be the starting center this year, which he did not. The coach told him he and Gavin Patton were on our Crusader Coaches Show Monday. He said, he looked at him, he said, Carson, if we get one more lineman hurt,
you're going back to the line.
All right, Jeffrey Neal with his career best 9, making 10 PATs tonight. Bueller 11 series tonight, 11 touchdowns. Wow. 76-0 is the score. And 10 minutes and change to go in the game. Crusader football here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Bueller. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member-owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Bueller and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
HKFM.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Well, 76 points now. The most in the Warner era. 69 was the previous record set in 2008. And you were asking me about points scored in a game. This is second all-time now.
Wow.
At the 20, it'll be taken. Returned across the 40-yard line near side for circle by Cole Glavis. 74. Third against Haven in 1960. Now 76 will be second here in 2021 And, of course, the record set of 109 back in 1921.
Well, when you're passing records that were set in 1927 against Arlington, you're doing something special.
This whole second half has gone by quicker than the first 5 minutes in the first quarter.
All right, bonus points if somebody can come up with the mascot of Arlington High School. 1st and 10 from their own 33. In the third, 8:45 to go.
Well, me and you, Aaron, are old enough to remember when Arlington still had a grade school, but Arlington High.
Anybody out there know the mascot of Arlington?
The cemeteries?
Getting some new guys on defense. Old Henry Busenbark out there at D-end right now.
2nd down and 7. Circle had a gain of 3 on 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll hand it off to their tailback, Rose. And he busts out of a couple of tackles across the 40 to the 41.
And Henry Busenbark making the tackle there, so he heard us calling his number, so good to see that junior getting the tackle there. Also, Jackson Fluck now out there on the D-line for Buhler.
It's going to be 3rd and about 3. Next week, the freshman will get to come up and be on the sideline with the team, and that'll be pretty cool.
That's always exciting for those young men.
They're down in about 3.
Peyton Burkhardt out there on D-line,
work
too.
It out of the gun. Chadwell hands it off, and Buehler's front group is going to hold about, it's going to be close to the 1st down stick at the 43.
These are the types of times where Circle's going to get every spot they can get to try to help them out.
They're going to give them the 1st down.
Peyton Burkhardt in on the stop, the 6 foot, 220-pound senior defensive tackle.
7:15 now to go in the game. Buhler up 76-0. They've scored on every series tonight. Here's Chadwell out of the gun. Takes the snap, makes the throw, and it's nearly picked off. It was deflected in the air. And then was that to Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer had a chance to scoop it at the end. Tavian Gilliam had a chance to make the first attempt at the pick.
Gilliam popped it up in the air, and then Spencer went diving after it over the middle near the 50.
Hey, Chris, Calvin Shanks in there.
Yep, fun night getting to see all these young men getting in there.
Talking about Tavian Gilliam, he's going to make some noise the next couple years. He's an all-state, state qualifier, high jumper as a freshman, and he's gotten some varsity time at the wideout position.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Here's play action and a keeper. 1st down, 45-40 into Buhler territory. That is the Circle quarterback, Connor Chadwell, across the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. When he said, hey, Chris, I thought it was because he knew he figured out the mascot.
Well, we're now getting people texting in from the provinces. Grady Ray saying that his mom would know Arlington High's mascot, so we'll see if Jan Ray can come forward with the mascot here.
Not the cemeteries?
Well, if anybody would know, somebody in the Ray family would. 1st and 10 at the 34.
If there's any way, it's the Ray way.
Connor Chadwell out of the gun with 4 wide receivers and a keeper up the middle. Running some option here late in the game. And on the draw, a gain of 1 by Chadwell.
Jackson Fluck in on the stop.
Up to the 33.
And okay, here's a trivia question. The specialty formation for Jackson Fluck when we put him in the backfield in youth football.
I got no clue, Chris.
The Fluck truck.
Lucas Anderson, another sophomore, checking into the game, replacing Wes Miller. And there's another play fake, another keeper by the quarterback. And a short run to the near side by Chadwell, who gets sandwiched between 2 Crusader defenders at the 30. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Hayden Perez along with Austin Rogers teaming up for the stop. Clock continuing to burn here in Buhler.
In a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update, Wamego is now beating Abilene 45-0.
Tyler Goins now into the ball game, Colton's younger brother.
Colton playing some defense for the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes this year.
And another sophomore, Mason Hurl, has checked into the game. Logan Briner also out there at a safety now for the Crusaders. On third down, Chadwell, pressure off the edges, going to scramble. Up the middle, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. Good coverage downfield, stopped at the 26-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Cliff Ray just answered the question, the Arlington Braves.
There you go.
And Lucas Anderson on the stop there for the Crusaders.
Well, I knew if anybody would know, it would be a Ray.
Well,
4th down and 2.
I tell you, it's a fun night of football when you're talking about Arlington High's mascot and breaking records from 1927.
You know, Arlington is the city of license for KNZS, Kansas Rocks.
Out of the gun, Chadwell with a fake and the run. Far side has the first down with 3:14 to go. Runs down to the 21. And another first down here for Circle.
Stop the clock to move the chains. Trying to see which Crusader.
Yeah, they're not stopping the clock.
Okay, tackle on the far side made there by Matthew Talley as we continue to get new young men into this game. And right now for these guys, you know what they're thinking about, fellas? Maintaining the shutout.
Yes, they had a chance last week, but a field goal.
First and 10 at the 20. They'll hand it off. Near side run. 15-10. Spin move down to the 5 to the 4. It's going to be first and goal on that run for the T-Birds.
I can't find a 42.
Number 41. He ran hard, 41 did. Down to the 5. Well,
Aaron Ball checking in for the Crusaders.
Talk about those back in the 20s, the old Reno County League. Mueller was a part of the Reno County League until 1935, through the 35 season. There's a play fake, quarterback keeper, and a big hit at the 4.
Aaron Ball with the big stick for the Crusaders.
I think Chadwell was thinking 6 there, and Ball came up and made a big stop after a gain of 1 to the near side.
So 95 seconds remaining in this game, and Crusaders trying to hang on for the big shutout.
Mueller moved to the MKL, the Kansas League, in 1937, and they were a part of that league all the way to 1975. Of course, the Chisholm Trail League was formed in 1976.
And we're in that until the AVL and the CTL merged,
which happened in 2004. Second and goal at the 4. It'll be Chadwell out of the gun. Single back set. And they'll hand it off to the running back, who's going to lose yardage back to the 8-yard line. That play really slow to develop, and Bueller's defense able to break containment up front, get into the backfield, and a loss of 4 yards back to the 8. It'll be third and goal from there with 41 seconds on the clock and a chance to preserve the shutout.
And Circle looks like they're going to try to run one more play off.
Well, they could do what they could go for the field goal, I guess.
I have a feeling Coach Clothier isn't going to go that route.
I hope not.
All right, third down and 8. Out of the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Chadwell pressured, scrambling, still on his feet somehow, being chased to the far side. Throws, lets it go, and it's batted around and incomplete. Was a great job of Chadwell staying on his feet, giving his team a chance. The scoreboard will run to zeros, and the shutout has been preserved as Bueller wins it 76-0. What a game by this team. What a statement as we finish up the season.
Yeah, I think we look like the #1 seed in the West, which we are.
Absolutely. Well, for Coach Steve Warner, it's win number 141 in his Bueller career, win 475 all time. The largest margin of victory, by the way, was that 109 points. It was 109-0.
And that would have been right when they're coming out of the Spanish flu epidemic.
Interestingly enough, I'm not sure what the game was. The largest margin of victory by an opponent at all time is 140. So it's pretty one-sided as well. All right, Bueller wins it tonight 76-0. And guys, here's a question for you. Have you ever, in all your combined years of watching football, have you ever seen a team score on every offensive drive in a game?
I have, but it's been back when I was coaching 8-man football, and that's a little different game.
And it's crazy to think that it's just a shutout, too. They did not allow – we scored every drive, and they scored no drives. And like my dad would always say whenever we get shellacked in baseball or something, that's just an old-fashioned butt whooping.
Yeah, and to do that against a playoff team that's 5-2 coming into tonight, a team that's going to be at home for the first round of the playoffs, it's one of those nights that just lots of smiles across the board for everyone wearing the maroon and white and black tonight. And another thing we haven't talked about, that clinches the league title for the Crusaders. So first time
since 2017 that Bueller has won the league title.
Well, Chanute in the East is 6-1. Their sole loss is to Circle.
And for Coach Steve Warner, that is his 9th league title since he came to Bueller.
We just beat a good Circle team 76-0, and next week we play a very, very, very bad Abilene team.
So one of those nights just when everything lines up.
Yes.
I asked Coach Warner, I said, was that the perfect first half?
Pretty hard to pick it apart. I mean, there was the missed extra point tonight is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much a flawless game. Hardly any turnovers tonight. Hardly any penalties tonight. Just a fun night to be in the maroon and white. And, Tyler, you're talking about sayings your dad said. I think about my brother, Bueller alum John Shank. He always would say, sometimes the bear eats you and sometimes you eat the bear. Well, the Crusaders definitely ate the bear tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just...
There's another one of those. Sometimes you're the windshield.
Sometimes you're the bug.
Circle was the bug.
76-0. Bueller wins it. They go undefeated in Division III of the ABCTL 5-0, 7-1 on the year, and they will be the #1 seed in the West 4A playoffs beginning next Friday night here at Crusader Stadium. We believe they will play the Abilene Cowboys. It was between Abilene and Great Bend for that final spot in the West. Circle falls to 3-2 in the league. They'll finish third behind Bueller and Mack, assuming Mack goes on to beat Augusta. And the T-Birds at 5-3, but still their first winnings regular season in a very long time. Last 5-win year for them was 2010. Lots to come in our Crusader Locker Room show. And that begins next here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
You've been listening to exclusive coverage of Crusader football on HKFM. The Crusader Locker Room Show is next. Coming up, we'll bring you analysis and break down the numbers from tonight's game. Your home for Crusader football, HKFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest Iron inviting you to help the environment and put a little cash in your pocket by bringing us your recyclable metals to 700 South Main and Hatch. Have questions? Give us a call at 620-662-0551. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
When disaster strikes your home or business, shop local. Hi, this is Robin Swanson. My husband Ryan and I and our team at Phoenix Restoration are proud to be Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. When pipes break, fire strikes, or the unthinkable hits your home or business, call us. With over 10 years of experience, we know how to help you recover. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. Phoenix Restoration. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Are you tired of buying tough, gristly steaks from the store and not being satisfied? Impress your family with choice grade steaks from Jackson Meat. Aged to perfection and cut to your satisfaction. Taste the difference and turn steak night into your favorite night when you shop locally at Jackson Meat.
Chuck Marone, Strongtown's president, will be giving a Confessions of a Recovering Engineer presentation to Hutch and Reno County residents on October 26 at 6 p.m. at the historic Hutchinson Fox Theater. This presentation is open to the public and includes a 75-minute presentation followed by an open Q&A time. This presentation is hosted by the Hutchinson Healthy Neighborhoods Initiative and funded through Pathways to a Healthy Kansas grant received from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. Hutchinson Healthy Neighborhoods is a partnership among HUTCHREC, the City of Hutchinson, and the Hutchinson-Reno County Chamber of Commerce. Follow HUTCHREC on social media for more information.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. October is a fun time at your 30th Street Daylight Donuts. Pumpkin spice, apple spice, and all your favorite fall flavor donuts are here. Daylight Donuts are always a perfect way to celebrate or say thank you. Order ahead for bigger orders and we'll have it all boxed up and ready to go. In fact, you can place your order right now at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. Happy fall, y'all, from your 30th Street Daylight Donuts.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
And back here on our Crusader Locker Room show, our coverage tonight here on HKFM, brought to you in part by Johnson Sheet Metal, by the Prairie Bank of Kansas, by the Bueller Roundtable, by Ideatech, and by Withco Steel Products. We'll get to our play and player of the game coming up here in just a few moments. So 11 series, 11 touchdowns tonight. It was 62-0 at the half, and then Bueller had two more scores in the second half. The 3-yard touchdown run by Marcus Voss that made it 69-0. And then with 10:52 to go in the game, Carson Moeller ran it in from 6 yards out to make it 76-0. Jeff Neal sets a record with 10 PATs in the game. It is the second most points scored in school history at 76, just shy of the 109, which is the all-time record. And well, you talk about how dominant Bueller's been in this series. Now 7 games in the series, and they have shut out the T-Birds 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, it was an all-around. You know, Coach Warner always says it's a great day to be a Crusader. Well, tonight was a great day to be a Crusader. Just an all-around great night for the squad, inside and out, offensively, defensively, special teams-wise. And just for a lot of guys tonight, there was a ton of memories made by individual Crusaders, tons of individual records broke tonight or tied, and yeah, just a great way to cap off the regular season as we roll into the playoffs. They always say you want to be playing your best football of the year going into the playoffs. I think without a shadow of a doubt, this team is playing the best football they've played all season long.
Yep, absolutely. Tonight was almost a perfect game. I mean, just incredible football. Do have a big score to pass on. This is impressive. Inman beat Smith Center 38-8. Big win for the Teutons.
Absolutely. Just up the road here.
Well, this Bueller team might be the best team that they've had since 2016. Their runner-up season. And honestly, frankly, I feel like that we have a chance to take it all this year. This is their best team in a long time. And with the football that they've been playing their best football in a long time, since the second half of the McPherson game. Ever since that third quarter of the McPherson game, they've been absolutely lights out.
A couple of other records for INTs tonight. That ties a record with 4 set on several different occasions. And the 6 total turnovers tonight is second all-time. The record is 7, set back in 1988. So there's a couple more for you. As Bueller forced 6 turnovers tonight. They came into this game, well, you think about the playmaking defense they've had this year. They came in +9 in takeaways with 16 turnovers, and they had 6 to that tonight.
Yeah. So now the Crusaders have turned over opponents 22 times this year in 8 games, now +15 on the season. That is a recipe for success at any level of football. If you are turning your opponent over that much, you're going to win a lot of football games.
Yeah, absolutely. 76-0 the final. 4 more rushing touchdowns for Sam Elliott tonight. Receiving touchdowns for Tanner Tushton, Brock McCurdy, also Cameron Campbell, Matthew Eddy. Rushing touchdown for Levi Atherton, 1 for Marcus Voss, and 1 for Carson Moeller. All right, Chris has got your final numbers tonight, brought to you by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs, proudly serving businesses in Kansas for the past 70 years. online at adamsbrown.cpa.com.
Well, taking a look at the big overall numbers before we get into the individual numbers. Total offense tonight, Buhler obviously dominates, 584 yards of total offense. Circle does eclipse the 100-yard mark. They have 109 yards of total offense. Through the air tonight, Bradley Neal doing it all in the first half, but a quarterback rating dream tonight. 5 of 6 for 172 yards, averaged over 34 yards, a completion, 4 TDs tonight, compared to Luke McGinnis, who has a good night efficiency-wise, with the exception of the INTs. He goes 7 of 18 for 55 yards, but 4 INTs for him. On the ground, Buhler, big advantage here, 412 yards rushing compared to Circle's 54. Now we'll get into the individual. One area that Circle did win tonight, guys, time of possession. Circle did have the ball more tonight than we did, but kind of a Pyrrhic victory for them. Rushing-wise, lots of guys getting in the tallies tonight, so we're going to go over all of them. Sam Elliott, 16 carries for 225 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jeffrey Neal, actually the second leading rusher tonight on that 154-yard carry on the option keeper. Levi Apperton, the third leading rusher tonight, 4 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. Gavin Patton, 3 carries for 25 yards. Marcus Voss, 5 carries for 24. Brock McCurdy with 1 carry for 15. Jay Spencer, 1 carry for 14. Cameron Campbell, 1 carry for 13. And Colin Rowland with a carry for 7. Carson Muller with his 1 5-yard rushing touchdown. Tanner Tushton, 2 carries for 2 yards. Receiving-wise for the Crusaders, we didn't have this at the half, so we'll break this down here now. This is all back in the first half. Tanner Tushton leads the charge, 1 catch for 68 yards. That went for a score. Matthew Eddy, 1 catch for 63 yards. That went for a score. Brock McCurdy, 2 catches for 22 yards and a score. And Cameron Campbell had the 1 receiving touchdown for 19 yards and a score. Leading receiver for Circle was Cooper Chadwell. He had 2 catches for 22 yards, and then they had 5 other guys catch, but all 13 yards or less.
Hey guys, I want to point out something real quick. I just saw a stat. So the top 5 11-man leading rushers in the entire state of Kansas, 1A through 6A, Sam's number 5 of all of the running backs per game.
Been a fantastic year, and Coach Steve Warner joins us now for his post-game thoughts. Coach, where would you like me to start with the records that you came close to breaking or did break tonight? What a game.
Well, that first half was just – we came out and fired on all cylinders. You know, I didn't see this coming. They lost to Mulvane by 14 points, so that got my attention, and they've been playing good football. And I tell you, we just came out and got after it, and we were physical, and I hate to say it for them, but I think they kind of quit, and we just kept it going, and that's the best we've executed all year long. And it's fun to see it. It's coming at the right time, and obviously now it sounds like we think about the playoffs, and it should be Abilene here, and we guaranteed ourselves the number 1 seed, and we're home for the playoffs every single game, and it doesn't get any better than that.
Hey, Coach, when I ask you about the playoffs now, we can actually talk about them. So
finally. Have you guys heard scores on Wamego and Abilene? Have you heard scores there?
Wamego was winning pretty handily at halftime. So
right, I figured.
They were up 45-7 in the fourth.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll be Abilene here, and that's it's a great week for us to get healed up, but also to continue to work on fundamentals. And obviously we're getting better, and we want to continue to get better this week. And yes, it's hard to say you're not going to look past the team. I'll have the kids ready to go, that's for sure. But we've got to get better every week, and that's what's going to be our theme when we have our meeting on Sunday.
Boy,
continue to get better.
Some of the things that stick out to me tonight, the 6 turnovers forced on defense was a huge
that's just
number.
Our defense is so fast. I mean, we are playing very well. Our D-backs have improved so much this year, so much from last year. They're just, and it's because of their hard work at practice. They've really improved, and they're athletes, and so that's obviously going to make a difference. But then once, the Twins have figured out how to cover people, and Deontay, I believe, had 2 interceptions, and Brock, Cody, they're all athletic, and Javon's in there in that group, and very pleased with them. And then when we've got pressure like we do from our front 4, right, or when Coach brings the heat, and we've got quarterbacks don't have time to throw. So I'm very pleased with the way things are going with our defense.
Now, did you give Carson Muller a little redemption, lining him up at tailback for that score?
I sure did. What a great interception and the touchdown that had to have called back. I would have been down in that end zone if I wouldn't have seen that flag celebrating with him. Carson Muller gives his heart and soul to this team, and not in the starting role, but just does so much for us. He's on special teams. He's an emotional leader. He does a great job. That's why, yes, we definitely made sure he was going to get a touchdown.
Yeah, I saw him at a tailback. This is a little redemption for getting that called back. So,
yes.
Just one final thought, just the momentum that you guys have built. I kind of go from the third quarter of the MAC game till now, just progressively each week. You guys have gotten better and better and better, and carry a lot of momentum into the playoffs.
I agree, we do, and obviously it's going to take a lot of that to be able to beat the teams that we're going to have to play. It's just we have to continue to get better, and it happens in practice. And of course, I haven't got to watch the film yet, but we started a freshman for his second game, Bodie Redenbaugh. I think that he, according to Coach Hott, when he's watching on the sidelines, that he did really well, and he was really pleased with our line. So for our line to continue to get better is very, very important. Because when we've got a running back like Sam, he can break one at any time. All we've got to do is just give him a small crease, and he can find it.
All right, Coach. Well, it was fun tonight. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll look forward to visiting more on Monday night on our Coaches Show.
Thank you.
All right. It doesn't get much happier than that as a head coach, does it?
How could you be happier than 76-0 for guys? I got some interesting scores, Aaron.
Okay.
Well, final score, Inman did beat Smith Center 38-15. Very hard-fought defensive battle. Hoisington battled it out, beat Beloit 7-6.
Oh, wow.
A little different in tonight's game. Here's a shocker from the City League. Wichita East beat number 1 in 5A, Bishop Carroll. Well, it's not final, but late in the fourth quarter, Wichita East 26, Bishop Carroll 12. That's kind of a shocker. Sedgwick beat Conway Springs 28-14. And just a couple of the interesting scores that I've stumbled across. And Andale is beating Collegiate pretty soundly. And just thought I'd pass those on.
Yeah, you talk about Bishop Carroll. We mentioned it briefly in our pregame tonight that in 4A football, since 2004, Buhler has more wins than any other 4A school. You look at all the classes combined, records 4 through 6A, so 4A, 5A, 6A together. Bishop Carroll has the most at 175. But out of those three classes, Buhler is 6th at 145, now 146. So you go back to 2004, they've been not just one of the best teams in 4A, but one of the best in the state.
Yeah, and Aaron, just looking at that list of those schools, I mean, that is Blue Blood Central. You got Hutch and Derby and Blue Valley and Aquinas and Miege and, Wichita Northwest. And so, I mean, there's some pretty Buhlers and some high air there with that bunch there.
Well, you think about that, though. You think about both Hutch and Buhler on that list. Before Steve Warner and Randy Dryland came to Reno County, both those programs were in some pretty lean years. And so what started then has just been crazy.
Yeah,
with how much success there's been.
And it's one thing to have a good year here or there, but just to build that continual success, it's really a testament to the coaching staff and the program.
Here's a wild score. Wichita Northwest now leading Hayes 54-40.
So, and anybody remember the Hayes High quarterback's name?
He's one of the top.
Jaron Gannick.
Yeah, that is. I think he's either being heavily recruited by or signed by Clemson.
I think he's going to Clemson.
He committed to Clemson about 2 months ago. I think before the season even started.
Mays is stomping on Hutch 42-14.
He'd never played quarterback before, and now he's signed with Clemson his senior year. All right, we'll come back, get you our play and player of the game right after this on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
To the Crusader Locker Room Show. Listen to Crusader football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra radio app. Join head coach Steve Warner for the Crusader Coaches Show, Monday nights at 6:30 on HKFM.
Hey friends and neighbors, Nextech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, We know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhood's home. Thank you, Nextech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
As your community bank, Prairie Bank of Kansas is always looking for ways to make banking more convenient, like e-statements. Eliminate the need to file your monthly statements. Now you can be notified the moment your statement is available and easily access it online. Sign up for e-statements online at prairiebankks.com or visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson. Prairie Bank of Kansas. How banking should be.
Precision. You might not see it, but it's inside every pound of the Countryside Feed family of feed rations. Livestock nutrition mixed so meticulously that even when delivered by the ton, these ingredients are measured precisely to the ounce. And that shows up in more pounds at the scale and more milk in the tank. To learn more, go to countrysidefeed.com or stop by and see us in Hillsboro or Mound Ridge.
Your livestock need top quality feed, made with pride by Countryside.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. We have time for you. Open Friday and Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. You can have the healthy, beautiful smile you deserve. Come see me today at Hutchinson Family Dental.
Dr. J. Stuckey, Hutchinson Family Dental.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back on our Crusader Locker Room Show. Our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Midway Motors, by Fee Insurance, by Apex Shears, by H&R Block, and by Hutch Rec, as we bring you our play and player of the game. Our Dix Phillips 66 Phillip of the game tonight. Phillip on top-tier gasoline, snacks, and more at Dix Phillips 66, family-owned for nearly 60 years at 4th and Stevens in Hutchinson. And kind of going with a part one, part two play for Carson Moeller in the second half tonight. He had the INT, the pickoff. Circle had it at their 39-yard line, and Moeller picks it off, goes the house. The touchdown did not stand because of a block in the back on the play, but 3 plays later, Carson runs it in from 5 yards out for a touchdown. And you heard Coach Warner talk about those kids who do not get a lot of the glory, but they're a big reason behind the scenes. And obviously, Carson, very important part of what Buhler does on special teams, but they're a big reason why this team is successful. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, a football team takes a lot of people to be successful because not only do you need your starters, but you need the backups that prepare to be starters because of injuries and just unforeseen circumstances, and then just guys that can compete and be out there and drill week in and week out. And just the one of the reasons Buhler put up 76 points tonight is just because we've got so many upperclassmen, so many guys that have worked so hard. And, when you've got over 30 kids or close to 40 kids in the upper classes, that's an incredible achievement. And hats off to all of them for getting rewarded with the big win tonight.
Of course, a player who might get some recognition is the kid that set the all-time record for point after try.
He could be our player. I mean, he made a nice run tonight, too, didn't he?
He did. I mean, I would nominate him for the play. All he did was set the school record for point afters and had a long run.
Well, and I was telling
ice that leg.
Yeah, his mom sits right in front of us at the games, and I'll mark my words, guys. He'll probably be an old man when that record gets broke. So because when you score the second most points in school history, and the only thing bigger than this is something set 100 years ago, it's going to be a long time, maybe till we score more than 76 points.
And
in
he
a
was
game.
this second leading rusher or third?
Yeah, he was up there,
right up there. So
pretty good night.
Jeffrey Neal, one of 2 guys to set a new school record tonight. Bo Van Bruggen with 20 career sacks now is the all-time sacks leader in school history. So
Sam also has those rush attempts.
Yeah, big night all around, and we'll make Jeff our Wifco Steel Products player of the game. From storage tanks to steel walkways, stairways, and platforms, Wifco Steel Products is the expert in steel fabrication. Online at wifcosp.com. Buhler wins it 76-0. And we're back to wrap it up right after this on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Follow our Crusader football coverage on the sports page at adastroradio.com and on your phone with the Ad Astro Radio app. The Crusader Locker Room Show. You're listening to Bueller Crusader Football on HKFM.
Hi, this is Jade with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Bueller, Kansas. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Bueller Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you'll talk to a live person from our offices in Bueller when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability, or call 620-543-5000 to inquire about our services.
An alarming number of Kansas preteens admit to drinking alcohol in the last 2 weeks, which makes it urgent for caring adults to find every opportunity to talk to their kids about the dangers of underage drinking. Research shows when youth have multiple conversations with adults about avoiding alcohol and other drugs, they listen. Underage drinking lowers inhibition and increases the chance of risky, regrettable behaviors. Find tips on what to say at riseupreno.org or on Facebook at Rise Up Reno Prevention Network.
The medicine shop. When you drop your prescriptions off, the personal care you'll find there will make you feel all better. The meds you need, delivered with speed. The lowest price is guaranteed. Get your prescriptions with no hassle at 14th and Main at the Little White Castle. You'll feel all better at the medicine shop.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
HKFM.
And welcome back one final time to Crusader Stadium here as we wrap things up tonight with a final look at our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard. From regular teeth cleanings to advanced periodontal work, your hometown dentist, Bueller Dental Care, online at BuellerDentalCare.com. Let's first take a look at the network.
Yeah, we'll start by going up the dial, or down the dial and then up. 94.7 KSKU, the last score we have, Marion over Lions. It's about to go final. The Marion Warriors on top, 36-13. Then on Kansas Rocks, 100.3 KNZS. The last score we had out of Hillsboro from Ween Stadium was Hillsboro 48, Trinity Catholic 8. And then on Kicks Country 106, of course, one of the big marquee matchups of Class 3A. Last score we had was Andale leading Collegiate 22-0 at the end of 3. And then the two games that were on the Ad Astro Radio app tonight, Central Christian was trailing Stafford 42-30. That game was at the end of 3. And then the other game on the app was Kingman shutting out the Chaparral Roadrunners 41-0 down south.
All right, some other scores. Gossel in 8-man beats Medicine Lodge tonight, 38-22. Little River over Solomon, 48-0. Christopher will be happy to know that Madison High won tonight.
I don't talk about personal stuff, but I found out the other day my priest was on that team that beat us, and so it's like, man, you don't go to church to get angry, and
rubbing salt in the wound,
and it makes me feel old too. Anyway, sorry.
Christopher, Chris was one time the head coach of Hill City, played Madison in the 8-man state title game, and he is not. Coach Warner tells me all the time about games that he lost that he hasn't gotten over. Some of them happened a long time ago, and coaches don't ever get over things.
You don't. You don't forget. You remember the big wins, and you unfortunately remember the tough losses.
Remington beat Elkhart tonight, 22-6. Dodge City over Wichita Southeast, 57-0. Elsewhere, let's see here. Liberal beat Wichita North, 77-26. Fourth quarter scores, southeast of Saline was leading Scott City 42-0. Coffeyville was leading Fort Scott 19-8. Halstead leading Wichita Trinity Academy 38-13. Final Andover Central blanks Arc City 35-0. Mays beats Hutch High 42-14. Fourth quarter, Cheney was leading Larned 56-16. Mulvane squeaking by Wellington in the fourth, now 32-26. You mentioned Inman beats Smith Center 38-15. Wamego over Abilene, that has gone final 45-7. Derby beats May South tonight 52-14.
And the last score I have on out of Augusta was McPherson 49, Augusta 28. Don't know if that one is final yet, but it looks like McPherson will move ahead of the Orioles.
Handale beats Wichita Collegiate tonight, as Chris said, 29-6. And those are some other final scores. Fourth quarter, we had Hayes High and Wichita Northwest were tied at 40.
And the MAC Augusta game just went final. Steve Sell with the final score here, 56-28. So I believe, Aaron, you were doing some of the
crazy math,
the figuring here, some of that Common Core new math, and so MAC now will be on our side of the bracket.
Well, kind of how it works out. So you can only gain or lose 13 points in any one game. Buter will be the 1 seed. Wamego 1. They'll be the 2. Andover Central wins, so they will be the 3. Andover Central, and then I believe it'll come down to Mac and Mulvane. Now, if Mulvane wins, Mac couldn't catch them in points.
Gotcha.
And so if Mulvane holds on to beat Wellington, they'll be the 4. Mac would be the 6, and then kind of gets a little muddy there. I think Augusta is probably the 7.
Okay, so who would be the 5 then?
Or I'm sorry, Mac would be the 5.
Okay.
Augusta the 6, and then it comes down to Independence and Circle for 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to look. I'm trying to compare. I've got my internet wasn't working tonight on my computer, so I just have where the standings were coming into tonight's game, and so I've got this pulled up, Aaron, so you can.
So Buter is the 1 in the West. They would play the winner of the 8-9 in the second round. So
I do have a score update on the Mulvane-Wellington game. With 3:08 left, Mulvane's leading Wellington 49-26.
So Buter could see Circle again in the second round. They could see Independence. They could see El Dorado. One of those teams in the second round. So,
okay.
And that'll be, I think about that El Dorado team. Of the teams that we've seen this year that I think, traditionally don't get a lot of credit, they're a team that could sneak up and bite somebody with that offense.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, you now that the regular season's come to a conclusion, you can kind of look back at the broad scope, the view from 10,000 feet, and you think about it, who's given us some of the tougher games. And El Dorado, even though the Crusaders, were in control of that game, it was such a – you compare that game to this game, night and day difference. I mean, El Dorado just played us tough. They're physical and really doing such a good job embracing, the flex bone. They were tough to beat.
And I could be wrong. That Mulvane-Wellington game has been close tonight, but that kind of has the feeling of, hey, we just beat Mac last week, and now we're going to go and overlook Wellington.
Yeah, and we got to experience that last year, overlooking Wellington. I mean, that's your alma mater, Aaron, and there's just a lot of football tradition down there. And you think about it last week. I mean, Wellington, they were just kind of stubborn last week, and just the fact that they even scored at the end of the game against us, their kids showed some fight.
But do not discount that Mulvane team in the playoffs.
Yep.
I think they'll be tough. All right, well, it all starts next Friday night here at Crusader Stadium, and we presume it'll be against the Abilene Cowboys as they'll come to town for a 7 o'clock kick. We'll be on at 6:25 with our Midway Motors drive to the game. Sterling College football on the network tomorrow as the Warriors take on the Bethel Threshers. That'll be a big game against the 17th ranked Threshers out of Newton. I believe that game is a 12:30 pregame here tomorrow afternoon on HKFM. K-State has Tech this weekend, and the KU, of course, with an early game against Oklahoma. That is an 11 o'clock kick 9:30 for the pregame. The Crimson and Blue tomorrow on 94.7 KSKU. Well, fellas, congrats on senior night and you guys getting your recognition. That was fun to see all the seniors lined up out there. And as always, thanks for your work.
Yeah, it's definitely weird being a senior. This was our last
regular
season game for football.
I'm going to be sentimental because, Aaron, it's been fun working with these guys and getting to know them these last couple of years. And, man.
Well, and then you'll have Carson for basketball, Colton for football, Colton for baseball, and that'll be it.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun. So we'll look forward to still maybe, what is there, potential of 5 games left in the football season? But you think about that, we played 8. You can still play 5 more. Good grief. It's going to be a fast month, though. So,
yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Well, thanks, fellas, and everybody have a great weekend. For Tyler Adams and Colton Hines, our CSN bunch. Cliff Shank down at the sidelines tonight, and my partner in the booth, Chris Shank. We'll see you next Friday night. The playoffs begin here at Crusader Stadium as Bueller wins it tonight over Circle, 76-0. Aaron West, so long. HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge